A very good morning to you. We meet again at the Heart of Parliament. It is Wednesday, the 11th day of March, 2020. Wednesday is that day when members of the National Assembly hold two sittings, one in the morning, another in the afternoon. The morning sitting, such as this, that is about to begin in about 2 minutes, is dedicated to private members' bills and motions, and members use this time to move motions and bills and debate issues that they have compiled in the form of bills, and which, if they approve, will then be enacted into law if it is a bill, and if it is a motion, relevant authorities will take the required action. And so this morning we have 4 bills that shall be amended in a committee of the whole House, and these ones are the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of the year 2019. It is sponsored by Turkana County Member of Parliament, Honorable Joyce Emanikor, and it seeks to enhance disaster risk reduction in learning institutions, noting that the current school curricula does not provide learners with education on safety, particularly on how to conduct security drills, evacuation, first aid, how to locate explosives, how to sense danger, among other safety-related teachings. And it is a draft bill of legislation that is quite timely in light of a number of tragedies that have occurred in schools. Recently, we've had fires. We've also had school buildings collapsing. And so, if enacted, then this will go a long way in just putting in place the needed measures to ensure learners are safer in their learning environments. The Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of the year 2019, sponsored by Mandera North Member of Parliament, Honorable Bashir Abdullahi, is the other bill that shall be amended in a committee of the whole House this morning, as will the Equalization Fund Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of the year 2019, sponsored by Honorable Kasait Kamket, Member of Parliament Yati, and the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of the year 2019, sponsored by Honorable Martha Wangari, Member of Parliament, the Gilgil constituency, and that one speaks to amending Section 9 of the Employment Act to mandate an employer to carry out background checks on prospective employees upon granting them offers of employment. A live broadcast brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Vereso Mwanga. On behalf of the entire crew, I welcome you to follow the proceedings this morning. Stay tuned.
Tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu, twakusihi tutazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako, ambayo umeridhika kutuita ili tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri hii yetu. Twakuomba ututeremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa, na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi hii yetu, na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Order, members. We are just short of the required quorum, and I therefore order the bell to be rung for 10 minutes.
A quorum here in the National Assembly this morning. If you are joining us, you are watching KBC Channel 1, a live broadcast from Parliament Buildings, a sitting of the National Assembly. A broadcast brought to you in conjunction with the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit. A broadcast that is also available in Kiswahili, audio version on KBC Radio Taifa 92.8 FM. It is also live on YouTube. You can follow it there. A live stream is available. It is also available on Signet, Bunge TV. Currently, we have the quorum bell ringing. A directive issued by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Cheboy. It is anchored on Standing Order 34 of the National Assembly that has set the quorum at 50 members. And that is the minimum required in order for business to commence in the House. The bell will ring for 10 minutes. And if there will be no quorum achieved at the end of that duration, then the Speaker will direct that the bell be rung a further 5 minutes, and thereafter, if no quorum is present, then the Speaker shall adjourn the House until the next sitting. If that happens this morning, then the next sitting will be this afternoon. A brief recap of what happened in the House yesterday afternoon. Our members spent some time, of course, beginning with a moment of silence, a minute of silence in honor of the late Msambweni Member of Parliament, Honorable Ramadan Suleiman Dori, who passed away yesterday morning. He was on Monday morning, rather, and was buried on the same day. And members spent time paying tribute to him, acknowledging the impact, the positive impact he had on his constituents. He had served them for about 7 years, having concluded a first term, and he was well into his second term before his demise. A quorum achieved.
Required quorum, and therefore business will begin.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages.
Yes, okay.
Order number 4, petitions.
Yes, well, on this particular order, I see Honorable Alwoch. Is he in? Well, Honorable Alwoch, member for Madare. Okay, then we'll go to the next order.
Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
On that particular order, we will start with ordinary questions. I do not see any questions by private notice. So we will go to ordinary questions, and to start us off will be the member for Mogotio, Honorable Daniel Tuitaek.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask question 46 of 2020 to the Cabinet Secretary for Transport, Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development. Question number 1, could the Cabinet Secretary explain the criteria for sharing the funds under the Road Emergency Fund for fiscal year 2019/2020 among the 47 counties? 2, how much is to be allocated to each of the 47 counties? And what is the justification applied in sharing the said funds during the period? 3, if the funds have already been shared, how much has already been dispersed to each county? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
That particular one will be replied to before the Departmental Committee on Transport, Public Works and Housing. Next is the member for Keio South, Honorable Daniel Rono.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask question number 47 of 2020, directed to the Cabinet Secretary for Petroleum and Mining. This matter has been pending for long, Honorable Speaker. Number one, could the Cabinet Secretary give the status of the compensation of persons and organizations that surrendered land to Flospa Mining Company in 1974 to pave way for mining, indicating the total number of those that surrendered, those who have been paid, and those yet to be paid? Number two, could the Cabinet Secretary indicate when the said individuals and organizations will be paid their compensation funds? And lastly, are there plans by the ministry to revive Flospa Company and mining? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kamlesh. That one will be replied to before the Departmental Committee on Environment and Natural Resources. Next is the member for Kuria East. Yes, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, you have referred to the honorable member of Keyo South as Honorable Kamlesh. Do we have such a member in the records of the House, Mr. Speaker?
Well, I do not know. You know, Caleb, you have many names, and nobody complains when, those names are mentioned. I'm told that is a name where Honorable... Yes, let's hear from Honorable Member for Keyo South.
Chair, it's true, there are many people with many names, the likes of Songos and so forth. Yeah. Kamlesh, as you rightfully put, is a political name on the ground. So I am normally called that on the ground, and more particularly when I have money, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, when I don't have, I'm normally called the usual name, Rono. But when I'm in between, I'm called Maestro by the company name which I run. Yes. That is the position.
Now, I hope that settles the matter with the Honorable Kositany. See, I actually called him by his proper names until I realized that he was behaving like he has some money today. So I thought I would refer him to that, by that name. Now, but Honorable Kositany, really, that is not a major issue. Those are his names. Those are his alliances and others. So we can leave that for another day. But otherwise, his official name, of course, is Honorable Daniel Rono. Yeah, the member for Keyo South. Now, the rest we'll leave it for another day. So we go to the member for Kuria East, Honorable Maisori, Marwa Itumbo. It's very interesting that he is not in, so that one will be deferred. So we'll go to the statements, and we have Honorable Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to request for statement pursuant to Standing Order number 44-2C regarding the discriminatory treatment of students admitted to Bukura Agricultural College by the Higher Education Loans Board. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the discriminatory treatment of students admitted to Bukura Agricultural College by the Higher Education Loans Board, HELB, in the disbursement of tertiary and vocational education training, TVET, loans and bursaries. Honorable Speaker, the right to education is a fundamental economic and social right guaranteed to all the people of Kenya under the provisions of Article 43 of the Constitution. Despite the provision of Section 11 of the Higher Education Loans Board Act 1995, Students' Loans and Bursaries Fund, Bukura Agriculture College is a TVET institution established by the Bukura Agriculture College Act 2009. Honorable Speaker, despite the college being a public institution accredited by the TVET, where students are annually placed by the Kenya Universities and College Central Placement Services cooks. Students admitted to the institution have been denied help, loans, and bursaries. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson, Departmental Committee on Education and Research. In his statement, the chairperson should inform the House on the following. 1, what criteria does help apply to disburse loans and bursaries to students admitted to all public TVET institutions? 2, why does help not grant loans and bursaries to students admitted to Bukura Agricultural College? 3, what urgent measures does the Ministry of Education intend to put in place to ensure that students admitted to Bukura Agricultural College assess loans and bursaries from HELB during the current financial year 2019-2020? 4, could the ministry provide a list of beneficiaries and amount of HELB loans and bursaries dispersed to students of other agriculture and agriculture-related institutions, courses in the last 3 years? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
That one is, of course, going to the relevant committee, as the Committee on Education. Next, before we go to the next order, Honorable Tom Oluoch, member for Mathare, was not in when he was supposed to present a petition. And considering that we didn't have a heavy morning, I think it will be prudent for me to give him an opportunity now. It was supposed to come in the afternoon. I understand the reason why he didn't make it on time. But for good reasons, we have decided that we have it this morning. So let's hear that particular petition.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. When you refer to me as Honorable Olago, you know Honorable Olago is my father at home. So for good reasons, I think we should stick to the lanes. At home, they will wonder why I'm being called my father. He's literally my father at home. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I rise to read Public Petition 008 of 2020.
I didn't get that particular one. I was.
Yes.
What did you say was your issue?
Oh, you referred to me initially before you corrected yourself as Olagaloch, and Olagaloch is my father, literally. He's a brother to my father. So when you call me that, people will wonder why I'm now being called my father at home, and I will have a lot of issues to explain. So I thought I should bring that to your attention.
You have a problem with your father?
I will be asked why I'm being called my father. But that's on a light note, and he's still alive.
That is actually supposed to be a real promotion. But I will remember that, Honorable Tom.
Thank you very much.
Anthony Oluoch.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you again, Honorable Speaker. I rise to read Petition 008 of 2020 regarding regulations of digital money lending in Kenya. I, the undersigned, on behalf of Kenyan citizens whose names are attached, draw the attention of the House to the following: that there are more than 50 mobile and online credit providers in Kenya, and over 19 million Kenyans are active mobile loan borrowers, 40% of whom have multiple loans from 6 to 10 mobile lending apps, according to survey by Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. That the digital lending platforms like Tala, M-Shwari, Fuliza by Safaricom, KCB M-Pesa, Timiza by Barclays, now Absa, Branch, Shikika, Ipesa, Berry, Okash, Zenka, among others, continue to lure and trap borrowers into unnecessary borrowing and a vicious circle of expensive loans by raising loan limits upon repayment of the initial loan, easing their accessibility on internet, and non-disclosure of full lending terms, making it easy for Kenyans to easily, especially jobless youth, to borrow for betting or to repay previous loans instead of investments. That digital borrowing has become a social menace responsible for suicides, divorce, family breakup, and increased listing of loans defaulters by the Credit Reference Bureau, with a recent report by CRB indicating that more than 2.7 million Kenyans are already blacklisted for defaulting mobile loans. That the lenders charge an expensive interest rate as high as 19.1 instead of 1.3 recommended by the Central Bank of Kenya, compared to giving between 6.5 and 7.35 interest on saving. Further, that mobile loans are expensive due to short-term loan repayment, high facilitation fees charged, and transaction charges that have pushed average lending rate to about 19%. That considering the mobile lenders are not recognized as financial institutions under regulations and supervision by CBK under the Banking Act, they operate bereft of regulations, including tax obligations. That due to lack of proper regulation, mobile money lenders infringe on clients' rights to privacy by accessing customer contacts to call friends and family about borrowing debt status. That minimal efforts have been made by Central Bank of Kenya to address mobile money lending and claims of money laundering by mobile lenders have not yielded substantive reform. That issues in respect of which these petitions are made are not pending before any court of law, constitutional, or legal body. Therefore, your humble petitioner prays that the National Assembly, to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning, A, investigate the operations of all mobile lending platforms in the country with a view to stopping unregulated money lending and subjecting all non-compliant money lenders to applicable money lending regulations, and B, recommend to the Central Bank of Kenya in conjunction with the Communications Authority of Kenya to audit the operations of all money lending platforms and formulate regulations to govern digital money lending, including provisions of all disclosure of all those involved upfront charges and applicable interest rate as soon as is practicable. And your petitioner will ever pray. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. Let me give a member or two. Honorable Mutua Barasa, member for Kimilili.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I rise to really oppose this petition on two reasons. One, His Excellency the President, through his reservations, did away with the cappings of interest rates. And the reason why Kenyans are turning to this mobile, digital money lending is because they can't access loans.
I'm giving you an opportunity to comment, so please don't go into issue of opposing or, if you oppose at this point.
Yeah, so if we are to regulate, then the whole banking sector need to be looked into, because the reason as to why the Kenyans are going for these loans is because they can't access the other loans from major banks because of stringent conditions, including being listed in CRB, Honorable Speaker. So for this, I don't really support this petition. It's in bad faith. Thank you.
Honorable Barasa, maybe what you would need to do is, if you really have as strong feelings as I can see, you would be there in the committee when this petition is being presented. And now when the report will be brought to the House, you will have an opportunity to oppose or support. But for now, it's just brief comments. Honorable Sankok, and that should be the last one.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Though I rarely agree with Honorable Anthony Oluoch, on this one, he is perfectly right, Honorable Speaker, because the interest rates that are charged by mobile lending does not include facilitation fee and does not include transaction fee. Since the loan that you have to borrow must come through the mobile number, and when it comes to your mobile, then you'll have a lot of transaction fee, probably to send to your bank account, or probably to withdraw, or to send to whoever you are sending. So, Honorable Speaker, we really need to ask CAK and other institutions to control this money milking machine from Kenyans. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, as we go to the next order, let me get an indication from the Chair of Education on the matter of Honorable Wangwe. What are the likely timelines? Is the chairman here? Okay. Then we will make sure that he does it in good time. Next order.
Order number 8, the National Youth Council Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2019, second reading. Question to be put.
On this particular one, what remained was the question to be put, and I can confirm that we have the required numbers. So order, Bawangwe. I put the question, which is at the National Youth Council Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2019, be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the National Youth Council Act.
Honorable members, as we go to the next order, I would like to rearrange the way the committees will be transacted. I noticed that the chair of, the chair on the second one is running late, and therefore I would like to place that one at the end. So we'll start with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Bill. Then we will go to the Employment Amendment Bill, then Equalization Fund Bill, and Livestock and Livestock Product Marketing Board Bill will be the last. So I would like the House to stand guided. So we go therefore to the next order.
Order number 9.
Just a minute. I am surprised. I'm told the chair of Agriculture is running late and he's here.
I'm the chair for Labour.
Oh, sorry. I agree. So we will proceed in that manner. And just a minute before we go to the next order. Okay, so honorable members, we will go in that order, and therefore, order, go to the next order.
Order number 9, Committee of the Whole House.
Then which is next? Employment. Oh, next employment. Reports.
Order members. those who are leaving the chamber, I give you a minute, please, so that we can have some order in the house before we move to transact the business before us.
Thank you, Chair. Chairperson, I'm concerned that after the Speaker, the Honorable Cheboy, left, before you sat down, there are some honorable members who are already seated even before you bowed. Honorable Speaker, I'm taking this personally as a woman member of Parliament representing Kitui South, and request the honorable members who are here that they need to give the same respect to the chairperson, the way they give the male chairs or the speakers, because I noted that some of the honorable members were already seated even before the chair took her seat. So, Honorable Chair, I wanted to put this to go on record that it is extremely important that we give you the respect that you deserve. Thank you.
Very well. By Honorable Member for Kitui, by the time we are upstanding and by the time we assume the seat for the chair, the members are in order and they all did procedurally what they are supposed to do. Of course, there has to be a transition of the speaker leaving and us taking the position now to do the committee of the whole. So I think nothing was out of order. So I don't honor members that we do move to the committee. Now we're in the committee of the whole, and as the speaker did direct, that we will be starting with the Kenya Institutes of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number of 2019.
Clause 2.
I propose a question which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. Now, members, I see no amendments to clause 2, and I therefore put the question which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose a question which is that the title be the title to the bill. Remember, we have no amendment to the title, and I put the question which is that the title be the title to the bill. Say aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Members, I propose a question which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. Again, we have no amendment to clause 1, and I therefore move to put the question which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, we are through with the Committee of the Whole on the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2019. So we move to, before, let me call the mover to report before I move to the other one. The mover to
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2019 be now read a third time. I also request Honorable Sankok to second.
Very well. Members, I put the question for reporting, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2019, and its approval thereof without amendments. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Members, we proceed with the next bill as it was directed in the order that was directed by the Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Cheboy. Members, now we are on the Committee of the Whole on the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2019.
Clause 2.
I propose a question which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. Members, no amendment to this, and I put the question which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 3.
I propose a question which is that clause 3 be part of the bill. We have a proposed amendment by the chair. Chair, please move your proposed amendment. Chair for Labor and Social Welfare. Honorable Ali Wario, we are just waiting for you to, I know he's in the consultation room. With the chair consulting the consultation, please, can I have the mover? For Emuhaya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think a few minutes ago, the chair and the mover of this bill were consulting. And Honorable Speaker, I think they thought the first matter would take a little bit longer. So that's why they may not be in the House. But as an interested party in Labour, I know they are working on it to actually expedite. Thank you.
Let me get, yes, the member for Kimilili, you want to say something? Dr. Makali, member for Kitui Central, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think, Madam Chair, I'm wondering whether the honorable member, who is a member of that committee, is in order to say that the chair and the mover of the bill are consulting, while the order paper is very clear what we are supposed to do.
Honorable Makali, what is your point? We can't hear you. Maybe you, yes?
I don't know. I don't know whether this thing is working. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Madam Chairperson, I was just wondering whether it is in order for the House to be informed that the chair and the mover are consulting, or it is very clear in the order paper that this is now the subject under discussion.
Of course, Honorable Makali, it is procedural for members to consult. Of course, the chair and mover, this is a committee of the whole. Of course, we are having an amendment to clause 3. Sometimes they need to put their house in order on the proposed amendment because we have a proposed amendment by the chair, and I'm sure also the mover. So it's important for them to consult. But if they are not in an agreement, as a matter of procedure, I'll make a ruling. Honorable Makali. Manzo, member for Makueni.
Well, while they consult and while it is perfectly in order for them to do so, I have seen there is also a further amendment by a member of this House, Honorable Wangari, on the same, so that, Madam Speaker, the same can be dealt with. But probably if the consultations could take further, then probably you could rule as chair that we proceed to another order. We can suspend this particular one so that they can prepare themselves. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Let me get member for Mwingi West. You want to comment on this? as I want to make a ruling on this? Bonguna Ngusia.
Chair, I don't want to comment on it. Let's proceed. Thank you.
Member for Kitui West. Please, I don't know what's wrong with your mics. Can you be on record? If you have no comments, let give him.
This
Yes, now you have the mic.
Chair, I repeat again, I don't want to comment on it. Let's proceed with the business.
We proceed
Yes.
with the business. We didn't want to comment on this.
Thank you.
Very well. The Speaker had made a ruling that the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2019, was the second one to be debated on the Committee of the Whole. The Chair, the mover, the Chair and mover are still consulting. I'm sure they want to reach to some agreement on the same. I need to make a ruling on this because they will not keep us here with their consultation.
Cannot consult when the business.
I will make a ruling on this, and I want also the Chair to note that they should be ready always. It was here when the ruling was being made, and I'm sure such consultations, him and his committee members, should have been done earlier for us to make progress on the Committee of the Whole. So I will order that we report progress on this. We will not wait for members who are not ready because we have other business to transact that is before the House.
You cannot consult when house business is registered.
Clerks, yes, we report progress. The member concerned to report the progress. The leader. And members, how do you own and bill and you do not know the process or the procedure? This consultation, I'm sure they are not in agreement, but I want to order as a matter of procedure and at my capacity that we report progress and move to the next business. Yes, leader?
Correct.
Can we report progress? Yes?
Use the other one. Behind you. The other one.
Honorable leader, please let us report progress.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2019, up to clause 2, and its approval thereof with amendments and seek leave to sit again.
Very well, very well. That is the order I did. And honorable members, for that purpose, I put the question for reporting, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2019, up to clause 2, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again. Members, will as many as of these opinions say aye? Aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, with that, now we move to the next bill, that is the Equalization. Let us have the clerks in charge of the bill. And even as we move to the next bill, this should sound as a warning to the chairs. You should consult early enough to save the House some time. So, members, we move to the next bill, which is the Equalization Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2019, Committee of the Whole.
Clauses 3, 4, and 5.
Members, I propose a question which is that clauses 3, 4, and 5 be part of the bill. I see no proposed amendments to this, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that clauses 3, 4, and 5 be part of the bill. Will as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? Members, the ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I propose a question, which is that clause 6 be part of the bill. Members, we have a proposed amendment by the chairperson, the committee. Chairperson, please move your amendment. Yes. And we want to congratulate the chairperson, Finance and National Planning. Is in the House on time and very ready.
Very good. Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, finance are very organized people, and it has to be on record. We always deliver on time. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that clause 6 be amended by deleting, be amended in subclause 2 by deleting the word charging, appearing immediately after the word holding. What it means, Madam Speaker, is that this Equalization Fund board is charged with the utilization of Equalization Fund, and by giving them the word charging, to charge property, it is inappropriate. So we were of the view that they should not be given power to charge movable or removable assets of the board, because they are not supposed to borrow any money, because it's a special fund. Then I want your guidance, do I prosecute also B, so that you put a question on both of them? Because I have a B, which is we are deleting also that they should not be in a position to I think it is the same, it's almost the same. So we are making sure that the board operates in an appropriate manner and avoid issues like borrowing money, because B is talking about borrowing money, A is talking about charging. So we are removing the power from them from charging assets and also borrowing money from elsewhere.
Very well. With that imports on the proposed amendment, members, I propose a question which is a clause 6, be amended as proposed by the chair. I invite Honorable Member for Makueni. You want to make a comment on clause 6?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, if we had kept the word charge, you would have given, and together with the amendment by B, would have given the board powers it doesn't have under the Constitution or even under the Act of Parliament generally. We know that the purpose of money for Equalization Fund is to develop areas which may have been left behind over the years with the development, and these particular people cannot be able, they can only get allotments of money from Treasury through budget, but cannot be able to raise their own money internally for the same purpose. So I support. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The member for the last one, Alego Songa. Honorable Atandi Onunga.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I support the amendment because with some experience we've had with the county governments, where, Madam Chair, you find that when counties are waiting for money to come from Exchequer, they go ahead and even take loans from commercial banks because they're expecting resources. So we are very conversant of this behavior, and we are certain that we will not allow the Equalization Fund to utilize resources they don't have by way of borrowing. And therefore, this amendment is timely, and I think is going to ensure that the fund does what it's supposed to do, as opposed to going over their mandate. Thank you.
Very well. Members, I put a question which is a clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is a clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
I propose a question which is a clause 7 be part of the bill. We have a proposed amendment by the chairperson. Please move your proposed amendment. In fact, we have 2 proposed amendments. Order. And these members who are standing on the walkway. Members, can you resume your seat? We need some order in the house. We need some order in the house. You can greet your hands while in your seat. Very well, and thank you. Yes, the chairperson, please move your proposed amendment.
All right, Madam Chair, I beg to move that clause 7 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, what we are doing here is that under A, we are amending subclause 1 to delete the words from marginalized community given that, the bill is proposing that the chairperson should come from marginalized community, but we are of the feeling that once the chair is being appointed, he will work for the best interest of the country, not really that is working for marginalized communities. And therefore, the word which was added there for marginalized community was felt to be discriminative, and we are proposing to delete it. Then on the subsequent 2, 3, and 4, we are giving the power to the power to the principal secretary so that they can actually appoint a representative to attend board meetings when they are not available. Madam Chair, the other amendment under clause under 5, Madam Chair, I am proposing that there is a small error which was captured under 4. Under 5, where the 5 is saying the amendment is by inserting the following new paragraph. I'm proposing to delete that and replace with the word by deleting paragraph E and substituting therefore with the following paragraph, because it was an error. Otherwise, the rest are the same. It's fine that we are saying that the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being for matters relating to national treasury or a person designated. So we are only deleting a further deletion of our amendment to make it more clear, because where we were referring to DA is already used in the bill. Then, Madam Chair, we are also proposing that under 6, we are proposing a further amendment to include the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being responsible for arid and semi-arid, who was not included on the list as a board member. Madam Chair, the justification for that is that this ministry, State Department...
Honorable Chair, please,
yes.
I have the order paper. Of course, you're moving the whole clause 7, but I have some reservations on your proposed amendment on subclause 1.1. If you look at the original bill, you are talking of proposing a deletion. And your wordings are from a marginalized community,
Yes.
appointed up to that part. And now when you delay that, you leave now the statement in suspense because it will be the chairperson by the president with approval of the National Assembly. It's a statement that to be hanging. I don't know whether you can correct it or you move further amendment to that. Clause 7.
Yes, clause 7,
1A.
1A.
Yes.
We are proposing that the word from marginalized community be deleted. Because we are saying that it should be a person appointed by the president with the approval of the National Assembly.
So do you want to discard what is in the order paper? The order paper reads, from a marginalized community appointed. Just check the order
Okay,
paper.
deleting the word, yes. Yes, we are deleting the word from marginalized community. But I think there was an error there because we should not delete the word appointed. We should only stop at the word from a marginalized community. So
Very
that
well.
what remains is that appointed by the president. So
Okay.
I agree this is an error on the
You
order
agree it's an
paper.
error?
Yes.
You're on record? Yes, thank you.
Yes.
We've taken it. Yeah, so that at least we can have some sanity and some flow in the language. Yes, carry on.
All right, Madam Chair, if you allow me, I will proceed to 6, where we are proposing to delete the word, to delete the paragraph F and substitute with a new one.
Now that you've corrected yourself in subclause 1, I would direct that we move with it first so that we can dispense it.
Okay.
And members now, with that important, the correction of the word appointed by the Honorable Chair and on record. Yes, let me, 001.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I do totally oppose the deleting of the word from a marginalized community, Honorable Speaker, because nothing about us without us. There is no way we can be discussing about a fund that is targeting marginalized
Honorable
communities.
001, where are you?
I'm in
As a matter of procedure, where are you?
I'm in clause 7.
I thought there's something out of order.
In sub-clause 1. That's where I am.
No, but I've not even proposed the question.
Okay.
You wanted to contribute on this?
I wanted to contribute on this.
Okay. Members, for that matter, allow me propose a question so that at least you can have a point of discussion. Members, I propose a question which is clause 7, subclause 1A, be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chairperson. Now, 001, and there's no record for 001. Your name is the Honorable Sankok David.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I oppose clause 7 in subclause 1. I oppose the word deleting from a marginalized community, Honorable Speaker, because nothing about us without us. There is no way you can be having a fund that is targeting the marginalized communities and then you appoint somebody from an unmarginalized community, Honorable Speaker. It does not make sense, Honorable Speaker. If you represent persons with disabilities, you must be a person with disability. If you are representing a fund that oversight the issue of marginalized community, you must come from the marginalized community.
Very well.
Totally oppose.
Okay, the member for Samburu North. Members, we don't raise
Thank you, Madam
hands
Speaker.
in Parliament.
Madam Speaker, I also rise to oppose that change on somebody from marginalized community because the neglect that we have experienced why the Constitution has given us an opportunity to get some more resources to bring us slightly to the level of the other counties that have gone ahead is because of this particular neglect. Some of the bureaucrats who were there before did not care about those areas that are marginalized now. So one of our own will do better to understand and even to put more resources and share those resources to those areas. And after all, this fund has only a timeline, only for 20 years. And after that, it ceases to function.
Very well. The member for Kilifi North. And please let us we are on subclause 1A only.
Yes, Chair. That clause 1A, you cannot bring a cow to chair the meeting of goats. You know, let the goats chair their meeting. But for us to say that we are deleting, we are removing that subparagraph within 1A, I think it's this fund is meant for marginalized community. Let them chair it. Let them handle their funds. So I would like to oppose the amendment by the chair.
You are opposing the amendment. The member for Moyale seems to have a lot of interest on this issue of member for Moyale.
Madam Chair, as you know, the lifespan of the Equalization Fund is just 20 years. Already, I think we have close to 7 to 8 years. So the purpose of actually ensuring that the chairperson comes from the marginalized area is to ensure that we will be serious with this Equalization Fund. And as such, I think putting that word, you can just imagine, Madam Chair, it is 8 years down the line. The Equalization Fund is anchored in the Kenyan Constitution. So actually, we are not following the Constitution. And we are just trying to actually ensure that by putting that word, that the chairman should come from marginalized area, we think and believe that person will be very serious and will be actually following the Constitution the way it ought to be followed.
You are on record, you are supporting, you oppose the proposed amendment. Let me have the last one, the member for Kisumu, members, and then I put this into votes. Member for Kisumu.
Madam Chair, thank you so much. Madam Chair, I want to correct my brother here. The Constitution does not allow that people are distinguished for any position. It's against the Constitution of this country. You cannot say A, B, and C. So the fact that the issue is that we remove this from the issue, remove that from the Act, is not correct. Allow the item to remain as the amendment. Then administratively, if they find two people equal, and one is from marginalized and another is not from the marginalized, the vetting committee will decide.
Very well. Members, we are just making a comment. You're opposing or you are supporting?
I am supporting the amendment, and I'm saying that those who are opposing the amendment are doing so in breach of the Constitution.
I see a lot of interest in this. I hear there is also marginalization. Now let me give the gender. The Honorable Manikor.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to oppose the amendment. What is the essence of equalization? It means there were communities that are not at par with the rest. And removing marginalization is defeating the very purpose why the Equalization Fund exists. Thank you.
Members, I can see more than 10 members want to speak to this. It's about marginalization, it's deleting. Members, please allow me put the question. Members, I am putting the question, and you know the procedure of the House. You take a vote. That's where your voice is recorded and procedurally, and that's why I'm alerting you. And member for Alengo Song, we don't raise hands in Parliament. I now put the question. Members, I now put the question, which is that clause 7, 1A, be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, as many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The abstaining members, why are you abstaining? Members, for purpose of record, I put the question. And I want to warn you, being too loud, it does not mean that you had your votes on this. I want to put the question which the clause 7(1)(a) be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The nays have it. So, Chair, please, can you move your next clause? Chair, move your next. That is B. And members, as a matter of procedure, you know, numbers count. Chairperson, please move B. Chairperson, are you ready for B? Honorable Makali Mulu. Chairperson. Okay, give it to Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I think it's important we go on record so that in the future people can refer.
Order 001, order members, Honorable Makali, yes?
I just wanted to say, Honorable Chair, I want to go on record. The amendment which has passed is unconstitutional, and I rest my case.
The Honorable Makali, yes, your state has been made, but of course you know the procedure of the House. It is been brought here, and the members take a votes. So I wish you mobilize more to say yes or no. This is also procedure. And Honorable Makali Mulu, again, as a matter of procedure, if you really think that you can make any change to this, you can still recommit. So if you have the numbers, it has been passed by the many numbers. The members have taken a nay on the same. Honorable Chair, please move your B. Honorable Chair, please carry on.
All right. Madam Chair.
Order. So the members, if you have anything, you can raise it in the right procedure. You know it.
Madam Chair.
The chairperson brought a proposed amendment. The members, out of your numbers, you did votes. And the chair, where I am, I'm non-partisan. So it is, go on record. Chair, please carry on.
All right, Madam Chair.
Order, member Nguna, CNN, please resume your seat. You can see the chair is. Chair, just carry on.
All right.
Order, member of Kisumu, please
Chair.
resume your seat. You're out of order.
Madam Chair.
Honorable member for Kisumu, you spoke and you took your vote. Please resume your seat. Yes, order, you are protected. 001, you are totally out of order.
Out of order.
I protect the member for Kisumu. Honorable 001, you are out of order. Completely out of order. You cannot point the member for Kisumu with your... So members, let us order. Mover. He wants to go on record to apologize. Can you give him to apologize? No, member for Kisumu, I'm protecting you. Give him to apologize.
Thank you very much.
As a matter of procedure and order in the House, I order the member 001 just to apologize, and we move on.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I do apologize. I was almost falling down So that's the crutches almost went to him. So I do apologize for trying to fall down.
You apologize and you are trying to fall down. So member, please carry on. Chairperson, please, can you move your proposed amendment? We must move.
Madam Chair.
Honorable member for Kisumu, you are out of order. No. Honorable member for Kisumu, I gave you time to speak. You can sort yourself from outside. He has apologized. Member for Kisumu, you are out of order. Member for Kisumu, you are out of order. I order that member for Kisumu, you resume your seat. Member for Kisumu, I order that you resume your seat. I have protected you. 001 has apologized and he was falling, unless you're a doctor to know how people fall. Member for Kisumu, you're out of order. Member for Kisumu, before I move to the next stage, you are out of order. Member for Kisumu, you are out of order. Chairman, carry on.
All right, Madam
You
Chair.
are out of order and we are not in that.
Madam Chair, it's quite understood that the matter we were prosecuting is a heavy matter, and therefore most members really, Madam Chair, before you put a question, I had wanted to explain further, but anyway it has gone like that. But the intention was very, very good, that we should not allow the laws to be balkanizing the country in terms of where you come from when it comes to appointments. So it has gone, but the law will take its course. So, Madam Chair, I propose that clause 7, A.
We are through with A, Honorable Chair. Moving B.
Clause 7 is not
You are
actually-
moving clause 7.
It's still a designated person in writing to represent them in the board. So what we are doing is just value addition, so that the ministry, the principal secretary responsible for matters of water will be given an opportunity to designate another person in writing to represent him or her in the board. That is the objective of the amendment we are carrying out.
Give me the mic. I propose the question, which is a clause 7B, be amended as proposed by the chair. I see no interest. Yes, Honorable Kioni, member for Daragwa.
Madam Chair, let me say this, that in supporting this amendment, let me say this. Why 6 years down the line, we have not been able to implement the Equalization Fund is because it was declared unconstitutional. If we carry on with amendments that will make it unconstitutional, we will be here for generations before this thing is implemented. We need to be very careful with the amendment we put forward. And I want one, because I also believe that some of the things we've done are unconstitutional. We are going back through the same route. This may never benefit our people if we don't carry the whole country into the amendments that we have. I support, Madam Chair.
You support. The Honorable Makali, let me hear.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, I think I also want to support this amendment.
Very well.
I think it is in order for, if you are not there, you can appoint, somebody can be appointed to sit in your place. So to me, this is a procedural amendment, and I support it.
You do support. Honorable Kamkets. Honorable Kamkets, and I see you have an amendment which is almost the same. I don't know whether you've consulted the chair.
No, I support.
You do what?
I support.
So you support the chairman's amendment. So that will mean now you as, because it's a wording, before I put the question, or you want me to give you a chance to prosecute? Yes. Honorable Kamket.
Madam Chair, actually I have similar amendments.
Yes.
So that if the chairperson's amendments are carried, then my amendments would be superfluous.
Yes, that is a procedure. Of course, it's only the wording.
Yeah.
I don't know whether when you consult with the chair, because it's only the wording.
I have consulted with the
You've
chair.
consulted with him?
Yeah.
Very well. Members, therefore put the question, which is a clause 7(1)(b), as be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as have this opinion say aye, and as many as the court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Chair, move the next one. We have already moved on. Chair, in the interest of time, Chair, and before the chair resumes his seat, please, Honorable Member for Bayo.
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
Chairperson, what I would like to say is that B, C, D, 7, B, C, D, E, F, and the amendments that are being suggested are all the same. Why don't we just handle all of them at a go? So that
You
we
want
don't
them to
go-
be moved, some details the chair is supposed to be taken.
Yes,
Of
because
course,
they are
you
the
are on
same, all of
record.
them.
Yes, very well, Honorable Chair, Honorable Member for Kilifi. The member to move. Honorable Member, can you move the other proposed amendments of clause 7? The request by the Honorable Mbai is that you move them now together, because I think what was very important, it was clause 1A. And as I did direct the members, including Honorable Makali, that procedures of the House must be followed. If you have an issue raising, Chair, you look confused today. Why? Please move your other amendments. We have a lot of business to transact.
Madam Chair, you know, you love to excuse us for the consultations because,
Yes,
you know,
it's allowed.
You know, if we carry on with this bill the way it is, and the head is already rotten, it will be very difficult. So we are talking amongst ourselves so that we will actually recommit the first one, because we have to make sure that this bill is constitutional so that it can help Kenyans.
Thank
So,
you
Madam
for
Chair,
Honorable Chair, but as you direct, thank you for admission of the same. But as a matter, you must always, even before you present here, you as a chair, before you bring it to here as a proposed amendment, you must always consult to see.
Madam Chair, you know, I have to move these things in a very orderly manner, and I have done it before. In fact, before you put the question, I had raised my intention to explain further, because it was very painful to lose it, because this is going to be unconstitutional if we are not careful, and we don't want it to go that direction. So, Madam Chair, for the interest of the bill, when the chair intends to explain further, please give me the opportunity. Otherwise, we are very organized. We are
Exhaust your
prepared.
explanation unless a member requires some clarification, which no one had required clarification. So you must be thorough also. Chair, please move.
All right, Madam Chair, I go to 3, which is actually the same as what I've just done. We are giving the opportunity for the Principal Secretary in charge of roads to designate an officer to represent him or her in writing.
No, for the purpose, the chair is already not in some of his proposed amendments, may not be in order, or he wants the members to be keen as they make their ruling. So I propose a question which is clause 7(1)(c) be amended as proposed by the chair. I see no proposed amendment member wants to contribute to this. I therefore move to put the question, which is a clause 7(1)(c) be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of court opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Chair, move the next one.
Madam Chair, I also propose that 4 be amended as per the order paper. This is to also allow the Principal Secretary in charge of matters relating to health to designate an officer to represent him or her during the board meetings, just the same way I did on the others.
I propose a question which has clause 7(1) for the purpose of the chair 4, though in our original bill is D, be amended as proposed by the chair. Member for Isiolo South, you want to make a comment on this? Member for Isiolo South. Honorable Tepo Koropu.
No, Madam Chair, I had an intervention earlier, but
Okay, very well.
It's okay.
It's okay, thank you, member. Then now I move to put the question, which is as clause 7(1)(4), that is 1(4) for the purpose of Bill D, be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Chair? Move the next.
Madam Chair, I propose that the bill be amended under clause 7(e) by, as per the order paper, Madam Chair, and I also propose a further amendment to the proposed amendment on the order paper by deleting what is in the order paper and replacing with what I'm going to propose because of the drafting. It was it was not drafted properly, but I'm replacing with the word by deleting paragraph E and substituting with the following new paragraph, which remains the same as this paragraph remains, but the wording in the order paper was the one which is not very clear. So I'm only substituting the drafting, but the principal content remains the same. That the principal secretary in charge of let me read. The amendment will be by deleting paragraph E and substituting therefore with the following new paragraph, which will be named as E, the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being responsible for matters relating to national treasury, or a person designated in writing by the principal secretary.
Very well, members, I propose a question which is clause 7(1)(e) be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. No interest by members, and I move to put the question, which is at clause 7(1)(e) in the order paper is 5, be amended as proposed by the Chair. Members, as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next, Chair, on F.
Madam Chair, the next amendments is that when you look at the order paper, we had proposed to carry out an amendment on what is in the bill, which is F on the bill,
Yes.
which is proposing 4 persons. We are proposing to reduce that number to 3 and introduce another one which will bring in the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being responsible for arid and semi-arid areas, or a person designated in writing by the principal secretary. We realize that this is a very important ministry because most of the beneficiaries are in the ASAL areas, and initially in our amendments and in the bill, the principal secretary in charge of that state department was not included. Therefore, Madam Chair, I'm moving the following 2 amendments to take care of that. That under 6 will be inserting the following new paragraph immediately after E. That the EA, the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being responsible for arid and semi-arid areas, or a person designated in writing by the principal secretary. And then, Madam Chair, we introduce now 7, which is by deleting the paragraph F and substituting therefore with a new paragraph, that F, 3 persons appointed by the cabinet secretary. So we are, what we are doing, we are reducing the numbers which were 4 and then substitute it with a principal secretary. So in total, the number will be the same, but we have rearranged the composition to make this fund more effective.
Very well. Then members, I propose a question which that clause 7(1)(f) be amended as proposed by the chair. A member for Mogoti? Honorable Cameron?
I wonder, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, if in a board where we have several representation by the ministries, and those who are outside, those who are independent appointees are less than them, it will be like the government all the time conducting their business. So I think the reason why there were 4 members here was to protect the fact that the board will not be represented by government officials, but have some independent board members. So I think the amendment here which is being proposed may tilt the board, the members of the board. So I think I object to this kind of amendment.
You oppose the proposed amendment. Let me get the member for Emurua Dikiri. Yeah. No, not on that one. Yeah, just be on record because when the member for Kilifi North.
Chair, I appreciate the amendments that are being moved, but also as the spirit here is to ensure that the marginalized community have a say. If you have a board where the principal secretaries, and they come with all powers of being principal secretaries, come and sit all of them, then you reduce the number of people that are appointed to represent the marginalized communities, and they are fewer. Then you realize that the interests of these people, and if you look at all this, probably, if you look from A to F, probably the people that will, the principal secretaries or the people they will appoint may not necessarily come from marginalized communities. Now you'll have a board that is heavy on the other side. And I would also like to refer you, Madam Speaker, Chair, to one thing. During the constitutional review, and when this equalization fund was put in the constitution, there's a lot of hue and cry from those people that do not come from the marginalized community. Actually, if people didn't fight, equalization fund would not have been in the constitution. Right now, we are doing a bill and we are making amendments that dilute the purpose for which we have the equalization fund. So my suggestion is that we have more people that represent the marginalized communities sit in the board. If you say that the principal secretary in charge of ASAL areas, probably that principal secretary does not even come from the ASAL area because it's a prerogative of the president. So if you are reducing the number 4 and saying that the 3 plus 1 equals to 4, but the weight of argument is not the same. You know, the 1 that we are saying that if you want 1 plus 3 equals to 4, the weight of argument may not be the same. So my suggestion that the 4 remain, and if the chairman wants to add another person, he may want to add another person, but the 4 that represent marginalized areas remains.
Okay.
That is my argument.
That is, so you are opposing. This is a house of debate, honorable members. I give it to the member for North Hall, Honorable Nganya.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I stand also to oppose this amendment.
To oppose?
For the same reasons that my colleagues have advanced. Madam Chair, I fought so hard for Equalization Fund to be part of this, to be in our constitution in the 10th Parliament. Madam Chair, this bill will enable us to realize that objective. But the independence of the board members will enable us, Madam Chair, to achieve that target of ensuring that these other parts of Kenya, which are marginal, are put to the par with the rest of the nation. The independence is critical. I oppose that amendment.
You oppose the proposed amendment. Let me have the last one, the member for Kitui Central.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I'm tempted to request the Chair to retain the way it is. I think if the argument being put forward make a lot of sense. And at the same time, Honorable Chair, marginalized areas are also in the urban settings. Like in Nairobi, you go to Kibera, you go to Mathare. These guys are marginalized. And I think really, to me, would rather allow the 4 to be nominated on the basis of their expertise and provisional competence.
So you are opposing?
I oppose.
You oppose. The last one, of course, have been 001.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And Madam Chair, surely, why we have such fund and boards, it is because the government want to give the private sector to bring their expertise into management of government resources. So when we have more of government, then it should have just remained as a department of the government instead of having a SAGA, a semi-autonomous government agency, which is not autonomous. So I oppose.
Well, members, now with that debate having arose, I move to put the question, which is as clause 7(1)(e) be amended as proposed by the chair. I'm putting the votes. As many as of these people say aye. And as honorable chair, I'm putting the question. Wait.
No, let me say something.
Yes.
Put it very clear so that the question should be, one, on the matter of introducing the PS in charge of ASAL, which is different. And then two, you put a question which relates to the reduction of the number of members who are representing the people of Kenya who are not in the ministry, so that it is very clear, so that when you are putting a question, no confusion whatsoever.
No, just, Chair, you're trying to explain further. That's what you'd have said when you're moving, but the members understood that's what they were debating. You're trying to say further, and I'm directing to avoid the situation that we had in there. Please move your proposed amendment for the understanding of the members, because the members will take a vote. But of course, you're clever enough, you stole your way in to explain further. I move to put the question, and your issues, of course, Chair, when we talk about F, it's taken care of. It's the members to take vote on this. Members, I put the question, which is a clause 7(1)(f), be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The nays have it. Move the last one, that is G. Chair.
I'm not very sure, Madam Chair, whether we, the one which we were putting a question was the one which was reducing the numbers, or what was it?
Yes, Chair. Honorable, the chair is moving. What is out of order? The honorable member for... Yes, we have an intervention, Chair, by the...
Madam Chair, yes. I think there is a question which he posed, and it's very, very important and relevant. He said, and he had asked you, that please put a question by question, or a question per question, so that we know which one has fallen and which one has gone through. Now you lumped them up, and he's wondering that have all of them fallen?
No, the chair understands what he's doing. We have been moving, Chair, I hope you're understanding, because it is your own amendment. We moved from A, fell, B, C, D, E, F, A, G, and now we are in G. So move your proposed amendment on G, and for the members, the procedures, even the chair himself can decide to recommit any clause that he really thinks he has. Chair, you are moving. Let him get some guidance from the clerk. Number after number. Very well. It's a very important part of the lawmaking process. And it is important, as I can see the chair consulting, it is important for us to be passing bills, and the chair is consulting. Let him consult so that he can do the right thing. The chair is still consulting with the members and also the clerk. And as you're aware, members, when we take a vote, we make decisions in the House by taking a vote. It's either yes or a nay. And so it is important, even as the chair moves, to be in a position to move his proposed amendment that will not have a negative effect and that will also satisfy his committee. Chair, I hope you are in. Chair. The member, are you a member of the committee? Are you advising or you're consulting the chair? Chair, you are also record the proposed amendment that you moved was not in the order paper. Chair, can you clarify yourself? Chair, give him the mic. Chair,
Madam Chair, let me explain the position here.
Yes, Chair.
That the amendments are here, there are two. One is to reduce the 4 persons in the bill to 3. That is one.
That is
then the second one is to introduce the PS in charge of ASAL. So what I'm proposing, Chair, is that you put the questions differently because the members here have a problem with the reduction of 4 to 3, and therefore they will reject it and it will remain 4. However, on the introduction
and
of
the
PS,
one that is not in the order paper?
Of course, the one on the order paper is, we move it as F, which is already, according to my understanding, is the one which was done, and the members rejected that one. They were rejecting the amendment to reduce 4 to 3. So
From
what
4
remains
to
now
3.
is me to move the introduction of the PS aside, which the members here seem not to have a problem with.
No, for that matter, Honorable Chair, because the one for 3-4 was negated. So we can propose or put the question for EA. Chair, are you okay with that? Because of the PS. Yes, members, are you understand? Chair, please, can you be on record for the members to understand? Because when I put the question, the members will take a vote. Chair, please, can you explain for the EA? Because we negated the one for the 3 persons and the 4 persons. Members?
All right, Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'm proposing a further amendment by inserting the following new paragraph immediately after the paragraph F, which you have just passed, Madam Chair, that the principal secretary in the ministry for the time being responsible for arid and semi-arid areas or a person designated in writing by the principal secretary.
Chair, it's up after paragraph E, not F.
Yes, after
Please.
paragraph E, yes.
Yes, so that it becomes EA.
Yes, so we name it EA.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and then it is not in the order paper, is it? Members, allow me propose the question. Yes, Honorable Bayer.
Before you propose the question, Chair, I think the principle needs to be upheld. The principle is that we wouldn't like to have more government officials than the other people. Now, if the chairman introduces a 5th cabinet secretary, it means we shall have 5 cabinet secretaries and 4 others appointed. That makes it more government, the same way as it is in
Honorable
Treasury.
Bayer, now you are debating on the, when I propose the question,
Yes.
it becomes now the answer. Then now you can
Okay,
debate
thank
on that as a matter of procedure. Members, is good. I propose the question, which is that clause 7, be amended by inserting the words that have been, that amendment by the chair, as he did explain. Then now let me have the first one as the limo. Gogo, Honorable. Then now we come now to buy for you to.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable.
And I want to support the amendment by the Chair of the committee, Madam Chair.
Say again.
Because it will, I want to support.
You want to support?
I want to support the amendment by the Honorable Chair of the committee because it will be difficult to operationalize this without the PS, Madam Chair.
Yes.
And in most cases, and many government circles, the PS always is an automatic member. So, and I'm happy that the two questions are separated because members doesn't have a problem with the PS, inclusion of the PS. We had a problem with the four committees.
Numbers.
Yes, I support, Madam Chair.
You support, yes, the buyer, because now, at least now you have the floor.
Now, I would like you to get my argument. One, that what we would like to look at is a situation which departs from the norm right now, because this matter is handled a lot at the Treasury. So Treasury, this fund has never moved because of the Treasury. Now, if we want to make it top-heavy PSs, it will still come back to the same thing. Unless we are saying that we will add the numbers such that we have 5 permanent secretaries and 5 members from the marginalized community. So that at the end of the day, we do not end up with the situation that there is. I have no problem with adding the PS for ASAL. But I also would like to see a situation where we have enough people from marginalized areas. Unless that member from the PS from ASAL will appoint somebody to represent him from an ASAL area.
Let me hear the member for Murua before I go to Church Uganda. And then, yes?
Madam Chair, I think there is a serious misunderstanding among the members. Madam Chair, the marginalized areas have been stated clearly by the CRA. So it's not a question of whether you are represented or not. But here, Madam Chair, I think we also need to know, because I'm one of the members who come from the marginalized areas. Number one, we are dealing with roads, it deals with water, it deals with health, it deals with, The reason why we are adding PSS or whoever is so that each and every department or ministry which this marginal equalization fund is going to do is represented, is so that those functions are properly implemented. I think that is a major reason.
You are supporting or you are not supporting?
Yep, I support.
You support the proposed amendment on the ER. Honorable Church Uganda. Member for Northern.
Madam Chair, I oppose this amendment.
You oppose the amendment?
Principle that we don't want this board to be heavily laden with government officials. We want independence. Madam Chair, in 11th Parliament, the only time we were able to access this money, Madam Chair, they wanted actually to pay pending bills and loans for ASAL areas. We had to fight so hard to stop that. Once it's heavily laden by PSS, that's what's going to happen. And we don't want that.
Let me get the member for Mogoshi. Very interesting, very interesting.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I realize that the chair has been trying to get the representation of the marginal areas through the PS. But I think, Madam Chair, the National Treasury, the PS National Treasury can adequately represent that PS which needs to be introduced again so they can appoint others. I don't think introducing another PS so that they can appoint another board member from marginal areas can add any value. In this case, let's just stick to the Treasury, to one PS or one particular ministry to appoint the 4, and not still fragmented to others to appoint others. So I think I don't think the chair is will be affected if we still say the Treasury can appoint that 4th person, so that we don't have additional heavy-leaded PSs on the board. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand up. I oppose the amendment.
You oppose. Let me get member for Alengo Songa for us to be able to make decisions. Let's hear the debate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I don't think members really understand why these PSS are sitting in these boards. Because when it comes to implementation of programs under Equalization Fund, It is these PSs who are going to implement. If it is roads, the PS for road will be there. If it is health, PS for health. If it is water, the same. So if you do not include them in the board, how are you going to do this project? That is one. Two, Madam Chair, I'm fearing the manner in which this debate is going on. It's like this law. It's like this law.
Honorable member for Alego Usonga, there is an intervention by the member. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
No, he's making a contribution.
He cannot the Honorable member cannot misinform the House that PSS are supposed to sit in the board because of the implementation. The board is supposed to be a decision-making organ, is a policy-making organ, but it's not an implementing organ.
Okay.
So the PSS can sit in the office and implement, but the decision-making and the policy-making organ, which is the board, should be left independent. Thank you very much.
Very well. Member for you are contributing. Are you supporting? You're not supporting? And with that, you were informed.
Chair, I'm supporting. And I was saying, Chair, that we are taking a dangerous route in the way we are looking at this law. Because it appears to me that this law is being made for people who claim to be marginalized. And this country, everybody is marginalized. If you come to Nyanza, we are marginalized. If you come to everywhere, we are marginalized. So we are not going to make this law for people who think they come from Northeastern and they think that what they want to do to see is what should be done in this law. The amendments that are being introduced, Madam Chair, are important for effecting the operations of this fund. And if you don't check, we are going to have a fund that you will not be able to implement it.
Yeah, just make your comment, just make your point.
I support the
You
amendments.
support the proposed
and I'm pleading with
amendment.
my colleagues from Northeastern, people who think they're marginalized.
With the interest, a lot of interest to speak on this.
This law is for Kenyans. It's not for
Samburu East,
for your region.
the last one. Samburu East. Member for Samburu East?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I think, Madam Chair, we don't need all these officers in this board. It's just like any other board, Madam Chair. And a usual practice, when there is issue of road, then the money will be channeled to that ministry to implement. So we don't need them in the board, so I oppose.
You oppose. Then the Mandela, let me hear Mandela, you've been so agitated for you to make
Madam Chair, I also follow suit, and we don't want an area whereby the government, the whole board is run like a government department. And the issue is not because it's Northeastern, as my colleague there says. There is nothing Northeastern about this. Toitok is not from Northeastern, and is opposing it. So, yeah, Turkana. So there's nothing like Northeastern here. But what we are refusing is to have a lot of government officers to the detriment of the representatives of the people.
Members, can you allow me put the question? Because everyone's debate on this. Having gotten the debate and having with the explanation from the chair, with the chairs, allow me put the question. Which is that, members, I put the question. You either negate, you take it. Which is that clause 7(1) be amended as proposed by the chair, finance. Or members, as many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The nays have it. Next, Honorable Chair. Just move now the other amendment. We must now move faster.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that clause 8 be amended as per the order paper. What we are doing here, clause 8 is talking about qualifications, and we are introducing the engineering as part of the qualifications, and which was not included. That is all we are doing.
Hello, Chair. Hello, you're checking on your order paper? Chair, is what you're moving on the order paper? We are moving 7(1). B4. We are 7 clause. Yes, please state the clause. Yes. Yes.
Clause 8 is talking about qualification to be
We are still on
appointed-
7.
To be appointed.
7B, yes. Don't go to 8. We have not even put the question
all
for
right,
7.
All right, Madam Chair, I think you have overstayed in clause 7 until I did not realize that there was a clause 7B. Clause 7B, Madam
Yes.
Chair, I propose that clause 7B be amended as per the order paper. What we are doing here is to delete the word 10 and replace with the word 100. These are fines which which is provided for in case a member of the board has been found to have actually violated this act. So the fine was 10,000. Now we are saying that is too lenient. We are introducing 100,000 as a fine.
I propose a question which is at clause 7, subclause 4, be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question, which is at clause 7B, that is 4, be amended by as proposed by the chair. Members, as men as of this opinion say aye. And as men as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question to the clause, which is at clause 7, be amended as amended be part of the bill. Remember, as many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. That was good business on clause 7, on our members, and the members doing a very good job. Chair, now you get organized. Members, please join me in welcoming visitors to the Parliament chambers who are sat on the public gallery. And these students from Kibauni Second School, Mwala constituency, Machakos County. We also have students from Kerotate Girls High School, Soi constituency, which is in Uasin Gishu County. And we also have visitors who are students from Gungugu Primary, some pupils from Gungugu Primary School, Gatanga constituency, which is in Murang'a County. They are welcome to watch, follow, see proceedings of the House. You're welcome. Next, Honorable Kamket, please just be on record on clause 7. Because on clause 7 you had a proposed amendment.
Madam Chair, like I said earlier, my amendments have been overtaken by events.
Yeah. Very well. You had already said it earlier. Yeah. Next clause.
Clause 8.
I propose a question which the clause 8 be part of the bill. We have a proposed amendment by the chair. Please, now let us be fast a bit.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 8 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, under A, we are proposing to introduce engineering as part of qualification to be appointed as a chairperson of the board, because it was not included on the list, and we are proposing that it is introduced immediately after the word accounting under 5.
With that imports, members, you know the procedure. I must propose the question before you make your contribution. With that import, honourable members, I propose the question, which is at clause 8, be amended as proposed by the chair. Let me have the member from, let me see who's on the request list. Bowen Kagongo, member for Marakwet East.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to oppose this, Chair, because why would you want to be an engineer to be just a chair of a board? Madam Chair, I want to oppose because let me execute my point.
Chair, you did move. If you want a
Yes.
clarification, you
So,
get. Please,
Chair-
you cannot bake a cake and eat it yourself. Let the member contribute, and then you'll have to attempt to. Yes, Chair.
Yes.
Honorable Member Kagongo, please.
Yes, if he has an information. Let him inform me, Madam Chair.
He should just follow the right procedure. Honorable Chairman, you have information?
Yes. The
Honorable, okay, Honorable Kagongo, do you want to be informed by the
yes,
chair?
Yes.
He says yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Kwangogo, for accepting to be informed. Because you know what happened, Madam Chair, is that it is good for me to explain so that members do not get wrong information. On the bill, if you look at clause 8 on the bill, the bill proposes that the person has the following qualification. 1, economic development and planning. 2, finance. 3, law. 4, accounting. 5, social sciences. So we were introducing engineering as part of this. It is not that it is an addition to what is listed on the bill.
Then now, Kagongo, just finish your contribution with that.
Now, Madam Chair, with the information from the chair, now I support him. That as it's just an additional qualification. As part of the many qualification which is provided for there, the chair of the board, as part of the other qualification, is an engineer.
So with that information, you support. The member for Madare. Member for Madare.
Thank you, Chair. I want to rise to oppose this. Madam Chair, there are very many other qualifications. Why don't we have an architect there? Why don't we have a pilot there? The general trend has been, and speaking as a lawyer, that we have been told lawyers always legislate to include a lawyer must be chair of this. We must discourage also equally other professions being legislated into positions. We should have just said somebody to be a master degree holder, period. I oppose.
You oppose, point stated. Member for Mogoshi.
There's a problem. If you look at 8C, you cannot have one human being. Madam Chair, it says has knowledge and experience of not less than 10 years in, and then it lists all those areas. It lists in economic development and planning, finance, law, accounting. Surely, Chairman, Madam Speaker, you cannot have one person having all this.
It's or. It's either of those.
Or is fine.
And I'm speaking for the chair, and I want to direct chair. When you are moving other amendment, please be clear enough so that we don't keep forth and coming back to you.
Yeah?
Yes, member for Mogoshi.
So I think with those, if it is or, I have no problem. I support.
You support.
If it's or.
Members, I put the question. Order, members, I put the question, which is that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as the court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 8 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as the court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 9.
I propose a question, which is that clause 9 be part of the bill. We on clause 9.
Madam Chair.
Clause 9, Chair, please move. Clause 9.
Madam Chair, I thought before you move, there was another amendment on clause 8B, which was on renumbering the existing subparagraphs, which is we renumber them because we have introduced another qualification. So we renumber them 5 and 6.
Yes, Chair. You moved one.
Yes, so there was a B, which was to renumbering the existing subparagraph 5 as 6.
But the remembering is just for the clerks, Chair. Chair, this one has already been accommodated because it's just renumbering. It's just for the remembering of the clerk. It's taken. Yes, Honorable Bayer.
It's on a point of order to raise this, that we need, I think the chair requires to change the C for record purposes. Because 8C says, has knowledge and experience of not less than 10 years in. I think we need to make the necessary adjustments so that it is either or one of those. But the law here does not provide. I hope you see that.
Yeah. He is coming to see, and then when you come to 5,
Yes.
buyer,
Yes.
you have seen there is or. Have you seen that?
5,
Yes, there's or.
accounting or.
That is 4.
Yes, but
Accounting
where
or
in this
social
country
sciences.
you find someone who has knowledge and experience in economic development and planning, he has finance, he has law, accounting, then or.
It's either of those.
I don't know how the chair,
Yes.
whether that is possible to find a person with all those qualifications.
Yeah, so we have already passed 8, Honorable Mbaya. If
Yes.
there's anything that you need to work with the chair, you can come back and recommit if you engage. You commit even yourself at your own time when you engage. You to recommit at the right time. Yes, that is the procedure of the House, Honorable Mbaya. Anything that you think we've passed as a certain close, as a matter of procedure, you can recommit, you can consult with the chair. So, yes, we move to clause 9.
Clause 9.
I propose the question which is clause 9 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your amendment on clause 9.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 9 be amended as per the order paper. This bill has provided that the chairperson and members of the board shall hold office for a term of 6 years. We are proposing that be amended to 3 years and shall be eligible for reappointment. It's not good to provide for a continuous appointment of 6 years, so that at least it provides some check on performance. We can check whether they are performed or not.
Very well. With that, I propose a question which is clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. I see no interest to this, and I put a question which is clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of this opinion say aye. As many as the court opinion say nay. There is available the question which is a clause 9 as amended be part of the bill. Remember, as many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of court opinion say nay. Members, the ayes have it. Before we move to the next clause, honourable members, please join me in welcoming visitors to the Parliament chambers who are seated at the Speaker's Gallery. And these are students, pupils from St. Hannah Primary School, Westlands constituency, which is in Nairobi County. You are welcome. Next clause.
Clause 10.
Members, I propose a question which clause 10 be part of the bill. We have a proposed amendment. Please, Chair, move your amendment.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 10 be amended as per the order paper. This is for the purpose of introducing the word approve as part of the responsibilities of the board, as also indicated under clause 25, so that the rationale for this is to allow the board also to include approval of projects as part of its functions.
Very well. With that input, members, I propose a question which is a clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Leader of Majority.
Madam Chair, if you look at clause 10 on the order paper, okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm reading a different bill.
No, you are. Yes, very well. It is important. The Leader of Majority is very right. He's very keen. But now he's looking at a very different bill. So we are in order. Yes, contribution from the 001. Member Honorable Sanko.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And this one is very important, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair. We do support because when they only consider projects and they don't approve, then it will not be a semi-autonomous government agency. We need to give it that autonomy by not considering only, but by approving. Once they have approved, the work of the ministries is to implement. Thank you.
Very well. The member for Bondo. Honorable.
Chairman is on the next. I support the amendment.
You support the
I
amendment?
only have a problem with the next clause.
The last one, the member for Taita. Undanyi.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I rise to support and say that the biggest challenge we've had with the implementation of projects is one that we've not been able to get a board to discuss, particularly when it comes to approvals. We run public participations, but when it comes to approval of projects, it becomes a problem. So
Very
I
well.
do support.
Thank you. I move to put a question which is a clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put a question which is a clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Members, as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next clause.
Clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
I propose a question which are clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 be part of the bill. We have no proposed amendment to these clauses, and I therefore move to put the question, which is a clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 be part of the bill. Will as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 16.
I propose the question, which is a clause 16 be part of the bill. Chairperson, please move your proposed amendment.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 16 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, this is on the term of the Chief Executive Officer. The bill provides for 5 years and eligible for another term of 5 years, but we are proposing that in line with the Mongozo guidelines, which have always provided that Chief Executive Officers are appointed for 3 years, we are proposing to amend it to 3 years and eligible for another appointment of the last and final term of 3 years.
Yes, that is very straightforward. Honourable members, I propose the question, which is that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the chair. Member from Bondo, are you a member from Bondo? Yes.
Chair,
Is that
just a matter of caution.
Yeah.
Just a matter of caution. You know, in clause 9, we had indicated the chair serving for 3 years, subject to renewal. Here we are also talking about a chief executive officer serving for 3 years, subject to renewal. And all of them might be serving the same term and may be coming in at the same time. So as a matter of caution, I think we need to check on this. I'm just trying to caution the House.
The chair. So I put the question now for the House to take votes, which is that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, will as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 16 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 17, 18, and 19.
I propose a question, which is that clauses 17, 18, and 19 be part of the bill. No proposed amendments to this, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that clauses 17, 18, and 19 be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 20.
I propose a question, which is that clause 20 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your proposed amendment. And members, we must move a bit faster, so you must listen to the chair.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 20 be amended as per the order paper. Under A, Madam Chair, we are proposing to delete the word ward and substitute it with the word constituency. That is the import of A.
You want us to move one by one? And members, can you move the others? Any member who has an issue, then we'll revisit.
I can read sub-clause 2, Madam Chair, where sub-clause 2, we are proposing to remove the requirement that an officer representing county governments be introduced, because once we have removed the word and we have put into constituency, then we don't see any need of bringing in counties into this, because this bill itself is not concerning counties.
Go to C.
Okay, on C, Madam Chair, C, we are deleting the word to, and we are replacing it with the word or
You are
3.
deleting 3, Chair.
Yes, yes, because it was proposing 2 women nominated, and we are replacing it with the word
2.
I think there is some mix-up here, because the intention was that we wanted representation of.
Chair, if you check on the original bill, we are talking of the term of office of members of local committee, which shall be renewable, but shall expire upon appointment of new local committee on them.
Madam Chair, let me check this one, because according to the intention was not to reduce, but maybe rather to increase. But I am seeing what is captured by the order paper is not in tandem with what we wanted. Let me take a minute to check.
Let's give the chair a minute to check. We are on clause 20. We are on clause 20, subclause 7, Honorable Chair. That is what is in C.
Madam Chair,
Have you checked?
It is captured in the other way around, because the intention here is that, according to the bill, it is talking about 2 persons nominated by relevant constituency office, and we were proposing that instead of, because one was representing youth and one was representing people with disability, and one representing women, 2 women nominated in accordance with subsection. Anyway, I think I should just
Chair.
It looks like I should just drop this one, because it is not in line with what we intended to do.
Chair, can I give you some direction? We are on clause 20, C, which is now in your bill is subclause 7, which you are deleting the word 3 and substituting it for 2. And in the main bill, that is clause 7, it talks about term of office of the members of local committee shall be 3 years. And we are taking as if this is what you are trying to. Please revisit your original bill. 20C. Honorable Leader of Majority, before the chair gets his way.
Let me help the chair.
Please help the chair.
The chair is, and I think he's right now because he wants to drop that amendment. In C, saying 2 women nominated in accordance with subsection 3, one of whom should be a youth at the date of appointment. So this idea of him reducing from 3 to 2 is not even in the bill. So I think I agree with him. We just deal with A, and we deal with the C.
Leader of Majority.
I mean, we deal with the A and B.
Leader of Majority, yes, Leader of Majority. We are dealing with it's just a number in C in the order paper. I think this is also confusing the members. Yes, and then now the bill is dealing with subclause 7. I don't know if the chair needs to clarify himself. Chair, where are you? For the sake of the members. Chair. Which one? Yes.
Yeah, the majority, you are actually right.
I am right, thank you.
There's some confusion in terms of the order paper and the and the bill itself. Madam Chair,
Yes.
I actually want to retain what we had proposed because I have actually clarified that what we intended to do is to reduce the number of years, because if you look at
Not
subclause
the
7,
women.
if you look at subclause 7,
Yes.
the term of office of the members of a local committee had been indicated as 3. We were proposing to reduce it to 2 years so that it's easier if they don't perform. Their term can be reviewed at least in 2 years. You know, 2 years is reasonable enough instead of 3. 3 was, for local committees, is a bit too long. So we were proposing to reduce it to 2 years.
So Chair, on record, it is not on the issue of the women that is in C. It is good for you to be on record. It's not the reduction of the women. We are on the subclause on the term of office. And I'm right, thank you, yes. So with that, members, I propose a question, which is that clause 20 be amended as proposed by the chair. See no interest. I move to put a question, which is that clause 20 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as have this opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put a question, which is that clause 20 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of your opinion say aye? Chair, even your members, other members, we take votes. Your members are not even supporting. I put a question, which is that clause 20 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next question.
Clause 21.
I propose a question, which is that clause 21 be part of the bill. Chairperson, you have a proposed amendment. Please move it. Honorable Chair.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 21 be amended as per the order paper. This particular clause, Madam Chair, is the one concerning dissolution of local committees, and it is indicating that the procedure for dissolution of the committees. We are doing amendment so that we remove bankruptcy as a ground for dissolution of a local committee, because the committee is not a legal or just a person as a whole. You know, bankruptcy is on the basis of individual. You remove an individual from the committee, you cannot use that to dissolve the whole committee if one person is bankrupt. So we were actually amending that so that it does not provide that the whole committee is removed if it is bankrupt, because it cannot be bankrupt as a whole.
It's a procedure. Honourable members, with that straightforward, with that import, I propose a question, which is that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the Honourable Limo. The member, yes. The member for Emurua Dikir.
Madam Chair, thank you. I only hope that the chairman, in the qualifications for the appointment to these particular committees, fall in tandem with the disqualifications, so that we do not just say somebody should not, when somebody falls bankrupt or doesn't, or happens, APCD happens, and yet it was not in the qualifications to this particular committee. So I don't know if the chairman, in the provision of qualifications to be a member to this committee, agrees with the disqualifications. He wasn't even listening.
Chairman, Honorable Chairman, there's leader of majority.
This man should not run the house as if we're in Mura Dikiri village. You know, I saw him running his own BBI.
And he's honorable member, he's not a man.
You have to speak through the chair.
Correct.
You know, I saw him having his own BBI with some voters. Now you are in the chamber. There are rules. So he's just talking to the chair as if he's the village. Can you? No, you talk through the chair.
Yes, it is true. Don't address the chair finance. Don't address the chair finance. don't address Honorable Limo. You have to speak through myself.
I did.
Yes, Honorable Limo.
That is why Honorable Chair
There was
Lisema.
some, Honorable Limo, I hope you are listening. Yes, Honorable Member, just put your point across very fast. The chair is listening. We need to
Chair, I was saying, which is why I said also I want to make it through you, because I can see the chair is still consulting and doing some few reviews. So I hope he's listening to me. I was saying...
He's listening. Honorable Limo, I hope you are listening. He's listening. He does not need to look at your eyes. Yes.
Okay, what I was saying, Chair, is that when you look at this clause, the amendment in this particular clause is that when you want to remove, or the removal of the committee members from a particular position is based on A, B, C, D. I was saying, I hope in the qualifications for a member to be a member of that committee has the same prerequisite qualifications, so that we don't just disqualify somebody.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, Limo, just a comment. Honorable Limo, a comment on that before I put the question? You want to be
Madam
on the
Chair,
majority?
Madam Chair, you know, what happens is that the requirements to be appointed to the local committee has been left to be covered by regulations. It is not in this bill. But the issue of bankruptcy, I think bankruptcy is something which is looking like a standard, but that's why we are amending and saying that it should not be a requirement to dissolve the committee, but you can action on the person himself as a person.
With that, yes. Yeah. Leader of majority, you wanted to make a comment on this?
The chair.
You want to help the chair?
Because you know, this pastoralist, there are so many until the chair, and the chair wants to be very. I think what the chair is saying, he has removed bankruptcy as one of the conditions for removing a member of the local committee, on the basis that this committee is not legal. So the element of bankruptcy does not arise. Yeah, so he has given, I think that's the reason, Chair, you have given. So the rest, I think we agree with the Chair. Yeah.
Baya.
I don't know, I have problem understanding this, and a person may present a petition to the board for the dissolution of a board, not one person, but the dissolution of the whole committee. Now, if bankruptcy is one of those elements, how do you determine bankruptcy for a whole board?
That's why we are deleting.
So I think it's important that I support the amendment of the chair, because you cannot determine bankruptcy of a whole board and say the whole board is bankrupt. But Chair, I'd like to ask the leader of majority to read 21 very clearly. It says a person may present a petition for the dissolution of a local committee. Dissolution.
Dissolution.
Yes. How do you dissolve the whole committee because one member is bankrupt? Or how do you dissolve a whole committee because you have adjudged the whole board as bankrupt?
Very well. Let's...
Point of procedure. Honorable Baya is just reading the bill. We are not dealing with the bill, what's in the bill. We are dealing with the amendment of the member of the chair.
Which
you know,
is
he's holding the bill. What is before us, Honorable Baya? Please get the amendment. What you are reading, what you are reading is the bill. The amendment, I'll read for you. The amendment talks about a person may bring a petition to the board for the dissolution of a local committee, setting out the alleged facts constituting one or more of the following grounds. Serious violation of the Constitution. Okay, let me finish.
Honorable Baya, you made your point. Let the leader of majority also make his point.
You have a long way to become a leader of majority, so listen to me. You have many years. You have to serve 2 terms, 3 terms.
No, leader of majority, just carry on with it.
So let me finish. Let me just finish. I'm sorry, he's a good friend of mine. Let me finish. So he's saying either one, and we are dealing with individual, either 1 or 2 or 3 of the board. Because the board is a corporate entity. Here we are removal is individual, the way a petition can come to remove a commissioner. No, let me finish. Chair, if you allow me to, if you
Let
allow
the
me to
leader of
finish.
majority make his point of arguments.
Let me
Then
give
I
you an
also give
example.
to the chair to
Let me give-
clarify
let me
his
give an ex-
amendment.
Let
Yes,
me
leader
give
of
an
majority.
example. Today, a petition can come to remove the commissioners of IEBC, but there is no petition that can remove the commission. Okay? You only remove individuals. Okay? For you to remove the commission as a corporate body, you must amend the constitution. So what we are dealing here with is the individual members of this board. And the chair has agreed with everything. He has only removed bankruptcy. And bankruptcy, he has removed on only one reason. For bankruptcy to be allowed in this amendment, it has to be a legal individual committee. It has to be you call it, what do you call it? I am not a lawyer. They call it, it has to be something legal. This is a committee which has just been formed to look after that. So bankruptcy cannot be, that's what he's removing.
Okay, with that, Honorable Mbaya, yes, Honorable Mbaya.
Yes. I agree with the leader of majority.
With that information from the
I
leader of
respect him very much, but I would
Yes.
like him to read that. Otherwise, this will be committing a gross violation of. Look, a person may present a petition to the board for dissolution of a local committee. The dissolution. Now, if bankruptcy is one of the reasons of dissolving a committee, I would like you to look at that word, to dissolve a committee, not to remove one member. So the whole thing, I think, needs to be recommitted. The whole section needs to be recommitted. Otherwise, there's a problem. How do you dissolve a committee because of the bankruptcy of one person?
Mbaya,
Yes.
as we are dealing with the proposed amendment, so bankruptcy was in the original bill. If I may give this direction, bankruptcy is in the original bill, and that's what the chair is trying to do. Because I will give him time to make his contribution. What the chair is trying to do is to delete bankruptcy. Let me give now for purpose, because for the mover, let me give the chair to clarify.
But yes, but
Chair, please
I
clarify
wish,
to the members on that issue.
Chair, I wish Honorable Baya could listen, because you know he's the one who is trying to explain exactly what I was explaining. You know the amendment I'm doing, unless you know what I'm asking the chair, the Honorable Baya to do.
Order. Honorable Mbaya, please resume your seats.
Yes.
And members, because I want you to listen to the chairman, the input of the chairman, and then from there I'll put, the amendment into votes. Yes, Chairman.
Okay, Madam Chair,
Yes.
what we are doing here in my amendment is exactly what Honorable Baya is saying. In fact, he should be saying he's agreeing with us, because this is what we are doing. We are actually removing a requirement that a whole committee can be removed because they are bankrupt. Because it is bankruptcy is on an individual. The committee is not a juristic person. Cannot stand as alone. So what we are doing is to remove bankruptcy from the requirement, and
Yes.
therefore we are actually in talking terms with what Honorable Baya is saying. Yes.
Yes, Baya,
you
you
should
are
support
raising
my
issue. At least
amendment.
Baya is in
Yes.
agreement. Now,
Yes.
Baya, he has understood the whole thing, the whole proposed amendment, and I move now to put the question, which is that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as have this opinion say aye, and as many as have got opinion say nay. There is, I put the question which says clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have the opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay? There is, have it.
Clause 22.
I propose a question which is a clause 22 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your amendment in a manner that every member understands, because we must move faster.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 22 be amended as per the order paper. The rationale for our amendment, Madam Chair, is that this clause provides that the local committee may hire staff as necessary. We were of the feeling that because we want this equalization fund to work for the people, the local committee should not be given leeway of employing people, because they can spend all the money on employing people. So we are saying the amendment should be they can hire with approval of the board so that someone is controlling them.
That is straightforward. I propose a question which is at clause 22 be amended as proposed by the chair. I move to put the question which is at clause 22 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is at clause 22 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of the opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? Members, the ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 23.
I propose the question which is at clause 23 be part of the bill. Chair, you have a proposed amendment?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I propose that clause 23 be amended as by the order paper. What we are doing here, Madam Chair, is to provide that the constituency shall be the administrative unit for the identification of projects, and I think we have done it elsewhere, so we are actually making the constituency the administrative unit in the local level.
Very well. I propose a question which is at clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. I assume there is an agreement by the members that we put the question. I put the question which is at clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Our members, as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is at clause 23 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clauses 24 and 25.
I propose the question which the clauses 24 and 25 be part of the bill. Our members, we have no proposed amendment to these clauses, and I therefore move to put the question which is that clauses 24 and 25 be part of the bill. As many as have the opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question which is that clause 26 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your proposed amendment.
All right,
clause
Madam
26.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 26 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, the amendments we are doing is to enable or to provide that there shall be a submission of status of implementation of projects in a quarterly basis to the National Assembly.
I propose a question which is at clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Oyo Onyango, member for Moroni.
Sorry, Chair, I had wished to contribute in
the next one.
In the previous amendments, which.
Very well. Then I see no interest in this. I put the question which is at clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is at clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, members, the ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 27.
I propose the question which is at clause 27 be part of the bill. Our members have, there's no proposed amendment to clause 27, and I move to put the question which is at clause 27 be part of the bill. Members, as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I propose the question which is at clause 28 be part of the bill. Honorable Chair, you have a proposed amendment, please move it. Honorable Limo, you
Yes,
have a
Madam
proposed
Chair.
amendment?
Madam Chair, I beg to move that clause 28 be amended as by the order paper. This is actually to correct just some typographical errors and provide for correct citations to Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. It is actually,
Very well, as you
yeah.
put it, typographical error. And members, I propose a question which is a clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question which is a clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is a clause 28 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. Members, the ayes have it.
Clauses 29 and 30.
I propose a question which is clauses 29 and 30 be part of the bill. We have no proposed amendment, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that clauses 29 and 30 be part of the bill. Honourable members, as many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 31.
I propose a question, which is that clause 31 be part of the bill. Honourable Limo, Chair, please move your proposed amendment on clause 31.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 31 be amended as per the order paper. The objective of this amendment, Madam Chair, is to provide a limit to how much can be spent on administration, because we have realized there is a big problem in this country. If you don't put a cap to administration expenses, then it will be very high. So we are proposing to put a cap of 5% to be spent on administration.
Very well. I can see now we are moving faster. Chair, now you look very organized now. It's because the honorable member for Taita is sat next to you this morning now. Yes, now the chair is smiling and we are moving fast. Other members, I propose a question which is at clause 31 be amended as proposed by the chair. Member for Madare.
Chair, I rise to support this amendment, and I support it. I think it is consistent with the 5% cap that we put over other funds, particularly benchmarking it against the CDF one. But I wish it would go further, and members will agree with me, that the administration that is placed at the board is not similarly decentralized to members of the constituency, so that you have a fund where the CDFCs are operating, but you have to dig into your pocket in order to be able to go to the constituency to ensure that the very fund that the CDF board has brought is operationalized. I wish there would be a way to cascade the administration fund to the constituency level so that the operation cascades there.
Very well. You support. Member for Kajiado North?
I wanted to oppose this a bit and say, apart from the 5%, they should put a cap on an amount, because 5% can be so much at a time.
Very well. I give the member, let me see. The members, you don't just raise hands, just put your... I got the member for Kinago. Yes. Don't know what tayari, Stephen. Yes.
Thank you. I wish to oppose this amendment.
Oppose?
Yes, because indeed, saying 5%, assume that you're talking of a fund that is capitalized to the extent of about 10 billion. I think the best thing that we can do is what the member for Kajiado have just stated, that we put a certain amount as opposed to percentage.
Very well. I want to speak to, give to members who have not spoken. Member for Baringo? Then I give Kamket Tiati. No, they are all requesting Tiati.
Madam Chair, before I say something, I see the chair is very agitated, and I think he wants to inform members, so we make an informed decision. Kindly.
That's your comment. Thank you. The Honorable Chairperson, I can see you on a request.
Madam Chair, thank you for listening to me. Madam Chair, you know, in legislation, one of the key elements of legislation is that legislation must be progressive. So it can be very difficult to put an amount, but we are saying an amount not exceeding, so that it leaves the other aspect of controlling the amount to administrative. But if members oppose this, the fund now is open because it will be exposed. It doesn't have any cap. We are introducing a cap of maximum 5. If you oppose this one, the implication is we go back to what is in the bill where there is no limit. So it's a progressive way of saying we have introduced a limit. then we can also, maybe much later, we can introduce a cap on how, how much is left to administrative. So members, we are not saying 5, we are saying an amount not exceeding, just like CDF, where we have been told administration is an amount not exceeding 6%. So it can be 2%, it can be 1%, but as long as it is not above 5%. So we are introducing a maximum.
Very well.
Members,
very well for that clarification to the members. And again, Chair, I do order that when we are moving, make sure you leave no doubts to the members, because we want to move fast. I put the question, which is at clause 31, be amended as proposed by the Chair. Honourable members, as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. There is, I put the question, which is at clause 31, as amended, be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. Remember, the ayes have it.
Clause 32.
I propose the question, which is at clause 32, be part of the bill. Honourable Limo, move your proposed amendment on clause 32.
All right, Madam Chair, I propose, Madam Chair, that
Yes.
clause 32 be amended as per the order paper. What we are doing here, Madam Chair, this clause is about accounts and audit. What we are doing here is to harmonize the requirement for submission of accounts at least 4 months before. We are amending it to 3 months. 3 months after the end of the year, to harmonize the submission of accounts to the Auditor General with the requirements of the PFM Act and Public Audit Act. So we are making it to agree with the other requirements in the PFM and Public Audit to become every 3 months. That means every quarter.
It must be on record. I propose the question, which is at clause 32, be amended as proposed by the Chair. I see no interest. Members, I put the question, which is at clause 32, be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question, which is at clause 32, as amended, be part of the bill. Or members, as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 33 and 34.
I propose the question, which is at clauses 33 and 34, be part of the bill. There we have no proposed amendment to this, and I put the question, which is at clauses 33 and 34, be part of the bill. Members, as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 35.
I propose the question, which is at clause 35, be part of the bill. Honorable Chair Limo, on clause 35.
Madam Chair, I propose that clause 35 be amended as per the order paper. Madam Chair, we are doing this amendment because we want to ensure that there is efficient distribution of funds for projects from central bank to the local community, local committees for project implementation. The bill proposes that the requisition be done by the line ministries, but we are proposing that that request be from the local committees, not line ministries, because line ministries can fail to requisition for the funding.
Very well. With that, important members, I propose a question, which is at clause 35, be amended as proposed by Honorable Limo. I see no interest. I put the question, which is at clause 35, be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chair. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question, which is at clause 35, as amended, be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next.
Clause 36. Clauses 36, 37, and 38.
I propose a question, which is that clause 36, 37, and 38 be part of the bill. No proposed amendment to the clauses, and I therefore move to put the question, which is at clauses 36, 37, and 38, be part of the bill. All members, as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put a question which is at, yes, no amendment, next clause.
Clause 39.
I propose a question which is that clause 39 be part of the bill. We have a proposed amendment by the Honorable Kasaiti Kamkets.
Yes, Madam Chair, I beg to move that clause 39 be amended as appearing in the order paper. The only reason is that we want to give the board the power to make their regulations, because if we leave it to the cabinet secretary, and from past experience, they will always take their sweet time. So it's just a question of empowering the board to make the regulations. The cabinet secretary may gazette the regulations after they have been made by the board. I thank you.
Very well. Leader, let me propose a question first. I propose a question which is that clause 39 be amended as proposed by Honorable Kasaiti Kamkets. Then now I give the floor to the leader of majority.
Chair, I try to convince the Honorable Kamket to drop this amendment. But now that he has moved, I rise to oppose this amendment. And the Chair, you'll help me. And it's very, very clear in law. We can't make a law that contradicts another law. This House is aware that Section 18 of the PFM Act 2020 mandates the National Treasury CS, in effect, to administer the Equalization Fund. That's number one, Section 18. And from this provision, Madam Chair, it's clear that you cannot detach the role of the Cabinet Secretary from the administration of the fund, including the critical role of making regulations under the fund as already provided for under clause 39 of the bill. The bill belongs to him. This bill belongs to you. In your 39, you have allowed the CS, who is in charge, the administrative role, to be the one bringing regulations to the House. But even go further, Madam Chair, because this House cannot act in vain. Provision of Section 18 of the PFM Act is required. So if we allow this amendment, then somebody will go to court and say that amendment, Section 39, will be unconstitutional. But let me even go further. Section 11 of the Statutory Instruments Act gives power to any cabinet secretary to lay regulations in this House for approval. All the regulations that come to this House, even KCA, they must pass through the Minister for Transport. Even parastatals which are under energy, the minister, it is in Section 11. We cannot purport to make law for a board to bring regulations to this House. And I really asked, this member, even though he refuses to speak in the burial of Mzee, this man has a problem. This man refused the speaker not to speak.
Order. Leader of majority, you are out of order. You are making very good contributions, but you cannot refer to Honorable Kamkes as this man. Please.
You can make a fair comment, because many people were wondering how come the speaker didn't speak?
But you cannot refer
to him. Kamket was given an opportunity, he didn't call the speaker.
Leader of majority, you have a point you're making, but when you are referring to honorable member, please remember, let us also be honorable.
Amendment.
You are rejecting his amendment. Then now I give it to the member for Kitui Central.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I really want to plead with my colleague, Kamket, to drop this amendment. This amendment, Honorable Chair, I wish he was listening. Majority Leader allow the Honorable Kamket to listen to what we are saying. I was saying, Honorable Chair, I really wish to plead with my colleague, Honorable Kamket, to drop this amendment. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because, Honorable Speaker,
what will happen is, if this amendment were to be carried, you put the board in a very awkward position in terms of relating with the PS. Actually, it would have been better if you had said, the PS does the regulations in consultation with the board. But the way we have done it, it will make it very difficult for implementation. I think we should oppose this amendment.
You are
And I
opposing,
oppose.
Honorable Makali, you are opposing the proposed amendment. Members with that, Honorable Member for Kajiado North.
Chair, I want also to oppose that. I have realized that we have given so much power to this board. We have given the board to operate unchecked and also to approve the project, also to go direct and get money from the exchequer. Now, if we allow them again to make regulation, it's like we are giving them an autonomy. I oppose.
Very well, because the proposed amendment before the House members, we can only prosecute by putting the question. I put the question, which is that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Kasait Kamkets. As many as of this have been say aye. Order. Honorable Kamket, I'm putting the question. You want to withdraw or you want me to put the question? I am putting the question, Honorable Kamket. The House will take a vote. I put the question, which is that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Kasait Kamket. House will, as many as are of this opinion, say aye. And as many as have a court opinion, say nay. The nays have it. I put the question to the clause, which is clause 39, as amended be part. Yeah, I put the question, which is clause 39, be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye. And as many as of court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next clauses.
Clauses 40 and 41.
I propose a question which is that clauses 40 and 41 be part of the bill. We have not proposed amendments to the two clauses, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that clauses 40 and 41 be part of the bill. Members, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next.
Schedule.
I propose a question which is that the schedule be part of the bill. Members, we have no proposed amendment to the schedule, and I move to put the question. Yes. Oh, yes, we have a proposed amendment. Chair, you seem not to be ready. Yes, please prosecute your proposed amendment of the schedule.
The Honorable Chair, I propose that the schedule be amended as per the order paper. The rationale for this amendment, Madam Chair, is to ensure that the board may make a decision by voting through a simple majority where there is no anonymous decision. So that, when there is a stalemate, they can actually vote instead of making the decisions not to be carried.
I propose a question which is that the schedule be amended as proposed by the chair. No one has an issue with that, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that the schedule be amended as proposed by the chair. Remember, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of court opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question, which is that the schedule, as amended, be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of court opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I propose a question, which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. No proposed amendment, and I move to put the question, which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of this opinion say aye? All the members. I'm sure we have had a very busy morning. I'm putting the question. I put the question, which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye. And as many as are court opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose a question, which is that the title be the title to the bill. no proposed amendment to the title, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that the title be the title to the bill. Will as many as are of this opinion say aye? Aye. And as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose a question, which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. No, yes, no proposed amendment to clause 1. I now therefore move to put the question, which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Remember, we are through with the Committee of the Whole on the Equalization Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2019. I call upon the mover to report. The mover to move reporting, Honorable Chair. Mover to move the reporting.
Honorable
Let the chair first consult. Let the chair first consult. Very well. The mover to move, and the mover is not the chair. The mover is Honorable Kamket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Equalization Fund Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2019, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Very well, very well. I put the question for reporting, honourable members, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Equalization Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2019, and its approval thereof with amendment. Members, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Very well. Then with that, members, you remember with the direction of the Speaker that now we are moving to the next bill on the Committee of the Whole. As we change clerks. Just be ready. Remember, we are on the Committee of the Whole on the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board.
Clause 3.
I propose a question that clause 3 be part of the bill. Chairperson, please move your proposed amendment on clause 3.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I propose clause 3 be amended as it appears on the order paper. This is just basically to clean the bill, and in tandem with the drafting practice recommended the use of the word shall be Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I propose a question which is that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. No interest. I put the question which is that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. Or members, as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 4.
I propose a question which is that clause 4 be part of the bill. We have no amendment to clause 4. I put the question which is that clause 4 be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
I propose a question which is that clause 5 be part of the bill. Can we have the chair move your proposed amendment on clause 5?
Madam Speaker, I propose clause 5 be amended as it appears on the order paper. The rationale is that regulation of livestock and livestock marketing promotion industry falls within the mandate of the CS and not the board as proposed in the bill. Thank you, Madam
Very well,
Speaker.
Chair. With that important members, I propose a question which is that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chairperson, Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock. No interest to speak to this. I put the question which is that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 5 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I propose a question which is that clause 6 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your proposed amendment on clause 6.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I propose that clause 6 be amended as it appears on the order paper. And again, the use of the word umbrella body representing private sector will not necessitate amendment to the act if enacted, since it will apply to an umbrella body by whatever name it will be. So we just change it to appear umbrella body instead of the Kenya Private Sector Alliance. Thank you.
Well, I propose a question which is that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Sangok? I can see you. Honorable,
No,
you
I
don't
wanted
want
to
to make.
comment on other.
Thank you.
one.
Then we
But
go.
I support.
You support. Very well. I go to the member for Tree Central.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, if you look at clause 6 amendments, we have A, B, and C. And they all don't talk about the private sector. So I wish Honorable Chair could guide us whether do we pick one by one or do we just pass the whole clause? Because they are not related. They are actually different amendments.
Yes, Honorable Chairperson, just on record, on clause 6, on the proposed amendments, you've moved all the amendments together. Of course, the members are listening. Or
Thank
you wanted
Madam
to move?
Speaker.
Yes, one by one.
Indeed, we go one by one because they are not related, and we have rationale why we are amending part 2, part 3, B, and so on and so forth. So we move one by one. Thank you.
Then move the first one, part 1.
Honorable.
That is sub-clause 1 now.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
We are at 1, is it?
Yes.
And this is where we are saying that I beg to move the proposed amendment as it appears on the order paper for clause 6.1, where we're talking of Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and then we substitute that with an umbrella body. We not, because this Kenya Private Sector Alliance can change in form and shape. And so when we put it like the umbrella body, and then I think that is something for prosperity. Thank you.
No, and 2, we're moving sub-clause 1.
Yeah, the second one, Madam Chair, is the proposed amendment as it appears on the order paper for 2 is the use of the word association representing livestock marketing. Interests of producers will not necessitate amendment to the act if enacted, since it will apply to an umbrella body by whatever name it will have. So this is basically tied to number 1 as well.
It's tied to number 1. And the
Yes.
third one?
Number
Of
3,
subclause 1.
Madam Chair, the proposed new clause 6(2)b provides for one provision providing for appointment by the Cabinet Secretary instead of repeating it in several paragraphs. And B, we are talking of the qualification of the chairperson has not
We are still on subclause 1, part 3.
So, yeah, 3, then I'm done with 3, Madam Chair.
The one you are deleting E and substituting.
Yeah, E, two persons having experience in livestock development.
Very well. With that, members, I propose the question, which is that clause 6, subclause 1, be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question, which is that clause 6, subclause 1, be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, will as many as of this opinion say aye? And as many as have contributed say nay? The ayes have it. Chair, please move the part B.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I propose that clause 6B be amended as it appears on the order paper. And the rationale is that the qualification for the chairperson has not been provided for in the bill. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Very well. I propose a question, which is that clause 6, subclause 2, which is part B on the order paper, be amended as proposed by the chair. I see no interest. Member for Nyarimbari Church, Tongi Nyagaka.
Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, I support the amendment, though we should not make it difficult for the youth to get employment opportunity just because we are looking for many years of experience, Madam Speaker, because there is no industry for experience. People have to be given an opportunity, and we all need to do is to create an enabling environment for that person to perform, because really, until you are given an opportunity, you will never get to know your potential. We should not put very many years of experience, and we should also not demand for age as a requirement, Madam Speaker, but I support the amendment.
With that, I propose a question, which is that clause 6, subclause 2, be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 6, as amended, be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7 and 8.
I propose the question, which is that clause 7 and 8 be part of the bill. No proposed amendment. I put the question, which is that clause 7 and 8 be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as have a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I propose a question, which is that clause 9 be part of the bill. Chair, please move your proposed amendment.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 9 be amended as it appears on the order paper. And again, the rationale is that the Kenya Livestock Marketing Council is also appointed. The clause 9 of the bill basically seeks to insert the expression G immediately after the words section 6(1), D, and E. Thank you.
Very well. I propose a question, which is that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. No interest. I put the question, which is that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. Members, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as are contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 9 as amended be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as have contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
I propose a question, which is that clause 10 be part of the bill. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 10 be amended as it appears on the order paper. And the reason is livestock product is a term that has been defined and used in the bill and not produce. The amendment, therefore, is seeking to correct this. Thank you.
Seeking to correct. With that import, members, I propose a question, which is that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question which is that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of the opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye. As many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clauses 11 and 12.
I propose a question which is that clauses 11 and 12 be part of the bill. No amendment. I put the question now, which is that clauses 11 and 12 be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I propose a question which is that clause 13 be part of the bill. Chair, move your proposed amendment.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 13 be amended as it appears on the order paper. The rationale is the qualification requirement of a minimum of bachelor's degree in business management will be of great value since the chief executive officer will be involved in the day-to-day management of the affairs of the board. Thank you.
Very well. With that, I propose a question which is that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the chairperson. I see, no, we are, Honorable 001, you don't just put the question when the member wants to speak to it. Let me have the member for, and I cannot see. Honorable member for Kajiado North.
Chair, I thought it was included when you say the qualification is business. You know, business include business management, business strategic plan and all that. So I thought it was included in part 5 of the same in the bill.
The member for Kakamega. Trans Nzoia. The county member of Trans Nzoia. And I noted you have no card.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just want to support the chair and the way my colleague has said here, the issue of experience. That's why we are very worried that our youth might be left outside. Thank you, Chair.
Very well, you are supported. With that, members, I put the question, which is that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of the opinion and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next.
Clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
I propose a question which is that clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20 be part of the bill. No proposed amendments to these clauses, and members, I put the question, which is that clauses 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 be part of the bill. As many as of these opinions say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 21.
I propose a question which is that clause 21 be part of the bill. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 21 be amended as it appears on the order paper. And the rationale is that the amendment seeks to provide for an additional sources of fund for the board, which will be livestock and livestock marketing products levy. It's proposed under a new clause 2A for the establishment of the levy, which will foster financial sustainability of the board and to carry out its mandate. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. I propose a question which is that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. Any interest, Honorable Sankok?
Honorable Chair, thank you, and I do support because, Honorable Chair, we must sustain the board, and the board can be sustained by having a fund like that collection of the levy, because we really need to market our livestock byproduct. We have the fuel levy, we have so many other levies, and it will not be bad for us to have a livestock levy so that we can also have livestock areas being high potential. Thank you.
Very well. Turkana County Women Rep, are you on request? Can see you're nodding.
I do support.
Oh, you wanted to, thank you. You're on record supporting. Members, I put the question, which is that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as of the opinion say aye, as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, The ayes have it.
Clause 22, 23, 24, and 25.
I propose a question which is that clauses 22, 23, 24, and 25 be part of the bill. No proposed amendment, and I therefore move to put the question, members, which is that clauses 22, 23, 24, and 25 be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose a question which is that clause 26 be part of the bill. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 26 be amended as it appears on the order paper. Basically, this is the current paragraph provides that report prepared by the board will be set out the progress made towards the improvement of the livestock industry. However, this is limiting because it connotes that the report will only be made when improvements in the livestock industry are witnessed. The proposed amendments therefore corrects this and it is fairly objective. Thank you.
I propose a question which is that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. There seems to be agreement with your proposed amendments, Chair. Then now with that I move to put the question which is that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clauses 27, 28, 29, and 30.
I propose a question which is that clauses 27, 28, 29, and 30 be part of the bill. Members, we have no amendments to this proposal, and I move to put the question which is that clauses 27, 28, 29, and 30 be part of the bill. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next.
Part 5.
I propose a question which is that part 5 be part of the bill. Chairperson, move your proposed amendment on part 5.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that part 5 be amended as it appears on the order paper. The amendment is related to the proposed deletion of clause 32, 33, and 34, which provides for transition and savings. The saving clauses are unnecessary since there is a no livestock and livestock product marketing board in place already. Thank you.
Very well. With that, I propose the question, members, which is that part 5 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Member for Kajiado.
Chair, I thought this clause should not be deleted because there's in the Ministry of Livestock, there are some section of departments operating as if it's this board. Meaning that if you delete these particular clauses and there arise an obligation from the ministry, you know there are some people that will be moving that particular board. I think that obligation will not be properly catered if we delete these sections.
So you are opposing?
I am opposing the amendment.
You are opposing the proposed amendment. Let me have another member. Yes, Transoia. Use yes, you are there. The Honorable Member. County.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to support the chair because already he has explained to us that the board is not in place. So I support the chair.
Very well. Sankok, you want to mention something before I put the question?
Yes, Chair, there is a very big difference between a department and a board. So therefore, I support what the chair said. Maybe Honorable Manche, please let us support because
it's a house of debates.
There's a really very big difference between a board and a department. A department have its own regulation and policy. Thank you.
Being a house of debate, members, and I therefore move to put the question, which is that part 5 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as have a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I put the question which is a clause, part 5, as amended be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as are contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 31.
I propose the question which is a clause 31 be part of the bill. No amendment to clause 31, and I put the question which is that clause 31 be part of the bill. Members, as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as have a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 32.
I propose a question which is clause 32 be part of the bill. Chair, move your proposed amendment.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that Clause 32 be amended as it appears on the order paper. Clause 32, 33, and 34 of the bill provides for transition and savings. However, they are not necessary and should be deleted since there is no livestock and livestock product marketing board in place before this bill. Thank you.
I propose a question which is a clause 32 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question which is clause 32 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of the opinion say aye, as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 32 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next clause.
Clause 33.
I propose a question which is that clause 33 be part of the bill. Amendment. Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I propose that Clause 33 be amended as it appears on the order paper for similar reasons as Clause 32, basically because of non-existence of the board before this bill. Thank you.
I propose a question which is that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chair. No interest to speak to this, and I put the question which is that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as have a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 33 as amended be part of the bill. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as have a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 34.
I propose a question which is that clause 34 be part of the bill. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I propose that Clause 34 be amended as it appears on the order paper. And reason is again Clause 32, 3, and 4 of the bill, which provides for transition of savings, are not quite necessary because this board was not in existence before. Thank you.
I propose a question which is the clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question which is a clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable, I put the question. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as are contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question which is that clause 34 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes, is it high or ayes? The ayes have it. Next.
New clause 21A.
I propose the question which is that new clause 21A be read a second time. Chair? You are moving the second reading?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I propose that new clause 21A be amended as it appears on the order paper. The rationale is that the levy will foster financial sustainability of the board to carry out its mandate. So 21A basically says that the Cabinet Secretary may, in consultation with the board, by notice in the Gazette, impose a levy to be known as the livestock and livestock marketing products. I was just refreshing members who may not have seen the proposed amendments. Thank you.
I propose the question which is that new clause 21A be now read a second time. No interest. I put the question which is that new clause 21A be now read a second time. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I propose a question which is that new clause 21A be part of the bill. Members, I put the question, which is that new clause 21A be part of the bill. As many as of this opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Next.
New clause 29A.
I propose a question, which is that new clause 29A be read a second time. Chair, move second reading.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 29A be amended as it appears on the order paper.
You are reading it a second time, first of all. Be read a second time.
Be read a second time.
Correct.
The rationale is the penalty clause has not been provided for in the bill. Thank you.
I propose a question, which is that new clause 29A be now read a second time. No interest. I put a question, which is that new clause 29A be now read a second time. Members, as many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I propose a question, which is that new clause 29A be part of the bill. I put a question, which is that new clause 29A be part of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Schedule.
I propose a question, which is that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. No amendment to the schedule, and I move to put the question, which is that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I propose a question, which is that clause 2 be part of the bill. Chair? Move
Thank
the
you,
amendment
Chair.
very fast.
I propose that clause 2 be amended as it appears on the order paper. This is basically to add donkey to the definition of livestock after camel. Thank you.
Very well. I propose a question, which is that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question, which is that clause 2 be amended as proposed by the chair. As many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as are of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. I put the question, which is that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. As many as of these opinions say aye, and as many as are of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Title.
I propose a question, which is that the title be the title to the bill. No amendment, and I put the question, which is that the title be the title to the bill. As many as are of this opinion say aye, and as many as of contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose a question, which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. No amendment, and I move to put the question, which is that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. Members, we are through with the committee of the House on the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2019. I call upon the mover to report. Mover to report.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2019, and its approval thereof with the amendments. Thank you.
Very well. I put a question for reporting members, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2019, and its approval thereof with amendments. As many as of the opinion say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it.
Honorable members,
We are going to start with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment, and I now call upon the chairperson to report to the House. Chair.
Chair, Honorable Speaker, I beg to report the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2019.
Chair, I see you have swapped. I had called for the curriculum, but you can go ahead if that is the one that
Yes,
is ready.
having the one I just
The
shared.
agriculture.
Yes. Chair, Speaker, I beg to report to the Committee of the Whole House that has considered Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing Board Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2019, and approved the same with amendments.
Let's have the mover. The mover to move agreement with the report.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report. Sorry, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request the Honorable Chair to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. We shall defer the putting of the question on this one, and then we can move on to the Institute of Curriculum Development. Chairperson, to report to the House.
Very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report to the House that the Committee of the Whole has considered the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2019, and approved the same without amendments.
Very well. Let's have the mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report to the Committee of the Whole House. I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 33 of 2019, and approved the same without amendments. No, I'm reading something different. Sorry, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Sankok to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I do second.
Honorable members, I go on to propose a question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. And just like the other one, we shall defer the putting of the question until when it comes next in the order paper. We can now move on to the Employment Amendment Bill, and let's have the chairperson report to the House.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report the progress, which is that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2019, up to clause 2, and approved the same with amendment and seek leave to sit again.
Let's have the mover to move agreement to the report.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Kingara of Roiro to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Kingara.
Honorable Speaker, I support and second.
Honorable members, I go on to propose a question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. And once again, we shall defer the putting of the question. And we move on to the next one. For Chairperson, kindly report on the equalization.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report to that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Equalization Bill, National Assembly Bill number 43 of 2019, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Limo to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Bolimo, is it just body language or you want to speak?
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I go on to propose a question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I now call upon the mover to move recommittal. Give the microphone to the mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal of clause 7. And I also request Honorable Kamket to second the motion.
Honorable Kamket.
I second.
Honorable members, I go on to propose a question, which is that the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House be amended by inserting the words subject to recommittal on clause 7. And equally, we shall defer the putting of the question until when we have it next in the order paper. Order members. Honorable members, the time now being 1:05 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Wednesday, 11th of March 2020 at 2:30 p.m.